Okay, cool. Alright, we're live. Now, as of course, I don't know if everyone gets to see this. Again, I don't know how this thing works, even though after I've done so many streams already. I'm trying to find the best time to do these things, which is why they're so sporadic. Oh. Right now, I think this is probably the worst time. Ooh. Hello. Hey, Mom. Sure. I call it a hangout session, but whatever. Yeah. Yeah. Probably. Yeah, probably. It would be good to have more. You decide. I don't know. 20 something. Yeah. Sure. All right. Okay. Yeah, it'll be fine. They're good. I would love to talk to you more, but I just started a live stream. It's cool. I'll call you later. Alright. Alright. Love you too. Bye. Hi, everybody. Yeah, when I first started the stream, no one was here, so I was like, hey, I might as well talk to my mom, since no one was here at the point. Then everyone started to flood in like the floodgates just came up. What's up, guys? How's it going? Sorry for that cold open. That's gonna be really weird. It's gonna be really weird when it's uploaded. Okay, when this is uploaded, people are gonna be like, oh, you're talking to your mom. Yeah, I'm talking to my mom. I love my mom. I'm gonna go see the MLP movie tonight, and she was worried about my finances, so she's like, hey, I can help you out if you need any more money, because movies cost a lot of money, and I'm like, hey, if you want to put something in there, it's fine. But that's just it. Well, everyone's why did she sound like a guy over the phone? Maybe it's because it wasn't close to the mic. Maybe it's because the phone muffles some hearing because it's on a phone. You know, I take offense to that. You're actually talking down to my mom by saying that. So just know I'm actually not okay with people saying stuff like that. All right. I bet it was. I bet it was. Don't talk about it right now. I got until 10 at night for me. All right. I'm already hyped up in suspense. I would have watched it like early in the morning as possible, but after my friend said, no, I'm gonna go watch it at 10. That's what I'm gonna do. So I want to watch it with another person that I know. So that's just it. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's good. No, it's only. I knew you only said it in just. I know you said it in just because again, it's the phone. You don't really have her here. Hopefully, one of these streams I can actually bring her up because she's a very awesome mom. Like really, like all the stuff she does for me to keep me here, it just automatically just makes it so I'm happy that I was born in this family. That sort of deal. But let's not talk about that. Let's talk about the MLP movie and current questions and stuff you may have for me for the stream before I have to go at 10, but hey, that's a whole 10 hours from now, so I'm pretty sure the stream's gonna end before then. So let's talk about what we can at now. It's fine. This is the internet. It takes a bit there. Yeah, But it depends. It depends. If you're going on personal status, definitely gonna take offense. But it's like broad. It's gonna be very hard for me to actually care that much to take offense to it. I'm waiting until tomorrow because. Yep. Then yeah, always go for meetups. If you're going by yourself, that's cool too. But if you're going for meetups, you know, other people you may know, or maybe people you don't know, but still great with MLP. I used to do that same thing with Homestuck when we were watching, when we were reading Homestuck, and the new updates were coming in. And I went to my first Homestuck session at Homestuck Hangout and was like, this was amazing because I made a whole bunch of new like acquaintances. Can't call them friends because you know we didn't like exchange numbers or something like that. But I had made a whole bunch of nice people at those hangouts, and we got to read new Homestuck pages and just pretty much go back and forth on how we felt about them. Same thing go for this MLP movie. It's more enjoyable if there's people around you can like bounce back off or like side comments and stuff like that, but not too high because you're in a movie theater, for Christ's sakes. I'm just praying that when I get to that movie theater, the three main things are not there. A baby crying, a person who talks over it, and just some douche who coughs a lot. Because I've had all these things happen to me at once when I want to go to movies, and this is why I don't go to movies and just wait for DVD releases, and that's occasionally it. Certain questions about anything. Just don't ask me about my personal life, because I will not tell you about that, really. Rainbow Rocks. Hopefully it does, because it's very hard to surpass Rainbow Rocks for me. Once Rainbow Rocks came out, that has been my quintessential favorite MLP movie for the Equestria Girls, and it's been very hard for any of the other movies to actually take. You know, the Dazzlings were just fantastic as villains, and all three of their songs they had were just incredible. So it's like it's very hard to get through that. It's very hard. But YouTube keeps suggesting. Yeah. It's true. Same thing with the movie for me. Even if I didn't watch the trailers, YouTube would have thrown the trailers in my face, and like the 5-second trailers that I can't skip, in many different segments of the actual trailer, so I would have known some of this stuff anyways from the common videos that I watch in other people's channel. When I was watching Markiplier, just suddenly, MLP movie ad. It's just like, okay, if I did know about this, I would have known about it now. Hello. The main thing I know is Rainbow Dash is gonna do a Sonic Rain Boom. I can't wait to see the context with that to actually be excited for it. Just hope. I hope I enjoy it too. One thing I want to do right now is make sure that the first time that MLP has gotten to the like a movie release for actual ponies, not like any gimmick like thing, actual pony movie is that is good. No, I like cartoons. Oh, easy to join her. Okay, blinds or drap. I don't even know what those are, Shadow. I don't even know what those are. What do you think of the art? I think the art is phenomenally like done. The only thing I have like minor gripe with, and it's not even that big of a gripe, is that some of these CGI is like obviously CGI. But again, it's supposed to show, hey, we're putting a lot of effort into this, so I guess I can't fault them too much. It's better than what I can do. So. But definitely, since they had to step up from the actual animation and all the characters look like slightly redesigned in that sort of stylistic tone, I definitely have to appreciate the amount of effort they put into that. Starlight will be there, but she will not play a big role. If anything, she's going to be in like the background or say a few lines here and there. That's my expectation, because she's in the trailer. She's in the trailer along with Trixie. But I don't see her actually like participating in the events, if not doing some side stuff in Canterlot as the rest of the main 6 go out. Because I want this to actually be a main 6 movie anyway. I love Starlight to death, but I want the OG crew to do their thing in their first movie, you know? The next movie, if it comes around, she could do something as well. Because, you know, we've had a lot of development with her, but I want this movie to be strictly for them. Show how far they've come for this threat to come out. Rainbow Rocks is definitely the best in my opinion. I started watching MLP when season 4 finally was the newest MLP content. So Rainbow Rocks, first day. Yeah, it really is good. It's like really one of the best movies they have for many assortments of reasons. I could name every one of them down, but this stream isn't all about that. Alright, this is the second time I have watched a live stream actually live. Why do I feel proud? looking forward to in this movie. New lands, species, characters, locations, pretty much all of the above. And I'm happy that you made me make it to a stream. I'm happy for anyone to make it to any of these streams because I usually think no one's gonna show up in the first few minutes. So yeah, anyone that shows up is great. But as for looking forward to the movie when it comes to new lands. I want to see more of Equestria, if anything that Equestria has to offer. Aside from the places that we've been through on the map, I definitely want to see like new species. We already got the bird people, the pseudo monkey, pseudo dog, pseudo whatever the heck they're supposed to be, villain guys. And the cat dude. I want to see more cat people because that means Katrina could come up from season 1 again, since I know that they still exist in the realm, so you definitely have that. The only species that we're not finding is human, so like the 3 witches that summon the Smooths is definitely not coming, so that's why they had to rewrite the whole history of the Smooths through Discord, which I very appreciate. So if we're going with every other species besides human, I definitely want to have more confirmation on the cat people, just so I could have more hype, because Grogar has already been kind of hinted at later on, thanks to what Twilight read, and since old ponytails or tails in general seems to come true in the pony universe, I want to see him come back along with Katrina and even Lavan. Even though he wasn't technically my favorite, Lavan was pretty cool too. Yeah. Well, hello. Hey, Captain Falcon Racer. Happy you made it this time. I've been to everyone besides the first test one. Oh, okay. I'm watching MLP season premieres and finals, and to keep me busy until tonight before the movie. Yeah, I wanted to do that too, like do like a little marathon thing for me and my buds who actually watch MLP, to have us hyped up for like, these are all like basically pseudo movies, not really movies, but good enough to be say, okay, it's almost an hour long, so you kind of got that movie feel of it. You got a beginning, middle, and end with conflict resolve and stuff like that. But I want to keep everything pretty mellow. I don't want, because if I watch T-Rex again, I might try to compare too much of Tempest to T-Rex, see if they can because right now T-Rex is my #1 favorite villain. Like, no villain up to this point has toppled him off my giant pedestal that I put him on, even though he clearly has faults. So yeah, I don't want to compare Tempest too much to my favorite villain, because that might downgrade her as a villain that she's going to be. Because right now, when she opens up, she's already kicking the crap out of the main 6 just by throwing whatever the heck the thing that she's throwing is. Plus, she has a broken arm, so her design is already likable. Just because I always wanted to see that happen. Like, what happens if, like, the unicorn broke their horn? Is their magic unstable? What's up? Can't wait to see what more about Tempest. I'm highly suspecting she's going to be a good guy by the end of the movie, but I could be wrong. God help I'm wrong. Yeah. I heard it was animated with Toon Boom. Oh, that's cool, because I've heard a lot of things about Toon Boom. I heard a lot of great things about Toon Boom while I'm down here in this art college about other things. So we have Flash, we have Photoshop, we have all things Adobe, but Toon Boom has been this thing that's been like, my lord, Toon Boom, you have to use Toon Boom, because Toon Boom is like this, oh my god, legendary type of animation. This should be the new standard for industry standard type of stuff that people should use. I have yet to touch Toon Boom. God help me if I ever get a chance to do it while I'm still down here. But if they use Toon Boom for that type of animation, I'm already hyped up enough for using that equipment as is. Drapes or window coverings, season 5, episode 2, already did. Drapes were tacky or not. I knew drapes. I didn't know the second thing though. I think. Hold on. Let me go back to the comment, because it's like drapes. I knew what drapes were. It's like the carpet matches the drapes. Don't ever say that to a female. Because I didn't know what that means until like when I turned like 17. So that's how slow I am on the uptake on that line. But I didn't know anything about blinds. Blinds. I you know, stupid dyslexia. Blinds or drapes. I like blinds because it's old school. And my grandparents pretty much like raised me up on blinds. It's weird. They taught me how to like do the blind thing so many times I can't even deal with drapes. Mostly because there's so many of it. When you have blinds, you know what you're getting. You're gonna get like something white, and it's easy to like manipulate. But it's like drapes. It's like you gotta pick one. You gotta pick one that fits your style. You gotta pick one that if people walk in, if they like it, and you gotta like do this and that and this and that. No. I like blinds. Shockingly. Shay thought they were lovely. So I'll be super for the party. Hope there won't be any friendship drama between the main six. That's the one thing I'm dreading, because in every movie, they have to have this stupid like checklist of movies. It's like, okay, start off happy, cool, conflict, cool, adventure, cool, random moment where everything needs to get sad and dreary, and what's that sad and dreary part, and then after the sad and dreariness you got the motivation to determine to move forward to defeat the bad guy. I'm hoping in that sad and dreary point, which will happen because of checklists and whatnot, which will happen, it has nothing to do with their friendship, because they've gone through too many things to question their friendship during this one adventure for some reason. Alright, that's the one thing I hope they avoid, and if they do it, I'm gonna deduct points. I'm gonna have to deduct points. I'm gonna be that much of a critic. Right now, I'm wearing my jerk shirt, so you know this is serious. Alright? So, hopefully when I do that, it doesn't involve anything involving friendship, the determined motivation scene, and then the final resolution that involves all the bad guys being beaten and then going back into being happy again. Alright? That's my checklist for movies that I've been seeing all over the place. So, yeah, there's only been like a handful of movies that didn't go by the checklist, but that's only movies that probably skip like one or two things. Okay. Oh, I just recently got Toon Boom Harmony 14. I plan on making some animations. Show me some, by the way. I don't show me you got a DeviantArt, so try posting them up on DeviantArt, and I want to see what Toon Boom has to offer. And if that is true, I might actually get it myself and start working on animations, because God help me, I need to start working on more animations. I tried to attempt to do one today, but for some reason my motivation levels just dropped, because the flash over there is pretty messed up. It doesn't really function the way you think it is. You know how if you push a button, it's supposed to be like however your pressure sensor, how hard you draw is how big the line's gonna be. For some reason, none of that doesn't work, and I kind of either have to work around that or deal with it, and I hate having to deal with it, so I just have no motivation to continue moving forward because of all the hurdles I'm gonna have to jump just to get the right computer that does the right things. So Toon Boom Harmony is a better like interface in that aspect, and I also saw that you could make 2D animation, put 3D things in there, and have the 2D animation pretty much run along those 3D things with the animation that you put into it, and it's actually really cool looking. It's really cool looking. You can bend and stretch things easier. I'm excited to use Toon Boom if I'm ever in the mood to actually buy it. Who all are you talking? Question, who are all you taking? I'm gonna guess that's what you're taking. I'm only taking like 1 or 2 people. We're a small group, but suspecting when we get to the movie theater, it's actually gonna be other people that like the movie as well that we can hang out with. Maybe, hopefully, probably not. But we're just a small group. We're not like this huge 25 group people ready to take up half the movie theater. It's funny to think that an MLP movie is actually happening in 2017. Like, how this franchise was brought back from the dead and Lauren Faust came in. Yeah, Lauren Faust, she works magic. No pun intended. No, literally no pun intended. I did not mean to actually say that in any kind of like punny sense. But yeah, Lauren Faust, she works her magic in certain things because she's a very innovative character. You could always say that season 1, the one that she was in charge with, wasn't necessarily fantastic, but without that first season, we wouldn't have gotten any other seasons from that. So you still have to thank her for at least revitalizing everything, changing up a few characters to make it better. So yeah, all my heart and thanks goes to Lauren Faust and her great character, like VA voice act, VA talent. You know, Tara Strong being like the quintessential, like, yeah, get her if you want some good shows, because I have yet to stumble across a show where Tara Strong was like the main character or a very good prominent character and it was bad. I mean, just bad, because Lauren Faust doesn't really like go-to things that, okay, Teen Titans Go, do not say Teen Titans Go. All right, I do not count that. She's doing it for the money, and I would do it too if it helps my paycheck. If anything, when I look at her and she's commenting on Teen Titans Go, I see she's dying inside. Even if she's not, and I'm currently joking, it's just like I know she would be happy to do Raven how Raven usually is, because she loves that voice. I remember seeing some conventions where she like did that voice for fun, and it's like seeing her go happy-go-lucky, not Raven in those things is weird. I'm going way off topic in this, but yeah, thanks, Lauren Faust. I kind of wanted to see the OG Smooths, and Invincible couldn't be stopped by anyone. They kind of did that in the short. When they brought him up, he kind of was unstoppable. They tried to use magic, he kind of nullified it and stuff like that, and it took Discord to actually beat him. But yeah, I understand exactly what you mean. An invincible, unstoppable muck monster thingamajig going across the land and pretty much decimating every single thing that comes. Oh my lord, I love that guy. My lord, I love that guy. My door deserved that punch when I saw him. All right, so yeah, I am kind of still upset that, you know, they had to change him up, because I guess they don't want to make either pony versions of the 3 witches that brought him to life, or they just don't want to bring humans into the matter. Either or, we had to deal with this new way of showing the Smooths. And I'm kind of upset that due to this, seeing the Smooths again will never come up into the fact that he will be a villain. Like, maybe he'll never be a villain. Unless there's, like, another villain that take control of other things' minds, in a way, we're never going to see the Smooths again. At least in a villain sense. We might see him, like, hang out with Discord again to further show that they did have a friendship or something. Or hang out. But that's about it. So, yeah. I'm happy that he exists. But I'm just sad about the execution. Tyrek was just, like, phenomenally well done. It's like the best villain in Generation 1. One of the first villains in Generation 1, prominently. And he was great because he was intimidating. And you got Tyrek. Even more intimidating. Like, Generation 4 Tyrek can stomp Generation 1 Tyrek. And I find that hilarious. I have a few friends in Australia, and they have to wait for another month, which sucks. I hate that, like, certain things cannot be released on the exact same day as other things, where they become the dubbing issues, or, like, what do you call it? Distribution. It's like, when bringing something to another country, you have to go through a lot of different things and finances before you actually do it. Whether it's that, or they just doing it because they want to hold it for some stupid reason. Yeah, you don't know how many times I like get giddy with excitement when something in Japan is coming out in the exact same moment that it comes out in America. Because it's like, Japan, they get all the cool stuff first, and we kind of just have to sit on our hands, waiting patiently for that same thing that they had for a year, Persona 5, and we finally get it. So it's like, yeah, that kind of sucks. That really does. Hey, at least it's not a whole entire year for me in Persona 5 when it comes to Japan. So it's not that long of a wait. I read all the movie prequel comics. I haven't touched a single one of those. I'm gonna touch them. Wow. Okay, I'm gonna rephrase that. I'm going to read the prequel comics. Wow. I'm gonna read the prequel comics once I watch the movie. I know it's probably better to read the prequel comics now. You know, actually, thinking about it, I actually might do it after the stream is over, because it's not coming out until 10. I have plenty of time to actually read them. But I don't know, for some reason reading the prequel comics just make it like, I don't know, even if it shouldn't, just for some reason when I read them I'll just be like, I want to watch the movie first. It's weird. It's gonna be like, I guess it's more like the Miraculous Ladybug effect. You know, how they thought it would be a great idea to put the origins to everything that was going to happen and will happen at the end of the season, and that weirdness. So I think I'm gonna treat it like that if I don't actually, you know, remember to do it after this stream. Okay. Have we ever seen a little species bipedal species besides Discord and the Diamond Dogs in Equestria before this point? Bipedal species. Bipedal species. Yeah, you got the diamond dogs and you have Discord. And in the movie, we have the birds, and we have the cat guy. But I don't know if the other dudes count because they kind of like also, I don't know. When it comes to like other species beside in the season before the movie showed up, I don't really remember if we ever had. I don't think we have. I don't believe we have, but I could be extremely wrong. I don't remember every episode off the top of my head, so who knows. I'm gonna listen to one Pony Dub song today. G1. I don't think we have. Tyrek is my top favorite villain as well. Sweetness, you're on the Tyrek side of greatness, because I'm willing to debate with anyone who on best villain status when it comes to Tyrek. And I'm not even a debater. I'm only a debater when I'm actually 100% sure I know this exact thing. And Tyrek is one of those things I know exactly, both Generation 1 and 4, which is fun. But yeah, oh, thank you for loving the Tyrek dude. I dig Tyrek. The thing is, Tyrek can come back if given the opportunity. I can expect, like, whether it be like the season of finale of all season finales, we're talking like end of the series type of deal. I can see, well, we did technically see him again blowing up some trees when thanks to Starlight, which I appreciated. But like for like future presence, for him being an actual presence, we can have something like Infinite in Sonic Forces, where Infinite is apparently gathering up old villains, and then he's also just a quintessential new villain to use. Something like that could happen in the series, and then all the villains that still stayed villains up to this point, like, let's say we don't see Chrysalis again until this other villain shows up. That means they've been hyping this guy up who's going to bring, like, a villain alliance together even more. Like some people think, and I even think right now, that she's going to come back and then she's going to be converted or something like that. Same thing with Tyrek, same thing with any other villain that stayed villains at their time of being villains. If they're having these villains stay villains and be in secluded areas for this one guy to bring them all together, I would highly enjoy that. Highly enjoy that. Yeah, but I don't think they were talking about like dragons. I think that's more of like either an obvious thing that we don't really have to bring up, or like, because the first thing that came to my mind were dragons, but then I thought, but they can also walk on their four legs, which is basically what a dragon's supposed to do. So it's weird. So whatever. Let's see the movie tonight. Central Time. Lucky you. You get to see a lot earlier than me. See here. Pseudo movie equals TV movie. Yeah, Tyrek is high on my list of villains. High on your list. I'm joking. Hey, there's a lot of people I know that like the Dazzlings as their top villains, and people who even like Discord still as their top villain. We all have our own opinion on villains, but Tyrek is very hard to beat for me, like really hard. And it's not just because he had an epic DBZ fight with Twilight. It's a lot of other things pertaining to him as a character. Just sitting confused on what the conversation is about. Conversation is about whatever I happen to stumble across that interests me to talk about, man. It usually happens. You ask a question yourself, then I'll talk about it. The Species is the new movie, just looked like nothing we've never seen before. I can't imagine them being an actual show. I'm willing to think otherwise, because this show is, if there's one thing that this show has shown us as viewers, that it's not afraid to take something and put it into the canon of the universe. Flash Sentry is a bad example, definitely a bad example, because he shows up, and then he never shows up again. Like, he drops off the face of the planet. It still pisses me off to this day. I'm sorry, I went out of line. Again, story writer, I love characters. If you do nothing with a character, you're gonna make me ticked off. And I'm still ticked off about that. However, they're not afraid to put something in a movie and put it into the actual canon of the show. Hopefully with these new species, if they're taken good, unlike Flash, I can see them putting them in the show for the sake of both continuity, which is something they've actually been showing that they like to do, and for the sake of broadening the universe. Because you can't just show because think about it. We see these species in the movie, and then we never see them once by the end of the entire series of MLP. That would be really bad, as publicity wise, because it's like you introduce these good looking characters and you do nothing with them later on. You could do that with Flash. I can accept that with Flash. People didn't like Flash because of all the stupid things you did with them. But if you make actually good characters, which already look via the trailers, the good characters, both design and personality wise, and do nothing with them, I can even accept if they don't actually bring the characters that we see in the movies back, but actually bring the character species in the show. See, I would accept that a lot more than not bringing any of the characters in there in general. Because I don't want to think the show like that. I would be really disappointed if it does happen. I'm not saying it's guaranteed they're going to do it. But let's just say I believe in the show a little too much to them to just abandon good-looking character designs and good-looking character species to broaden the universe. Just for the sake, because it's in a movie. Their designs are too complicated to do in the actual animation format. I don't see that. I don't see that at all. From the one trailer that I seen with him actually being like a thing, I don't really think he'll be a T-Rex ripoff. I could see, unless he blows up some trees, and not just the library one. Unless he blows up the trees, then I'm joking. Then he's a T-Rex ripoff. But yeah, the Storm King, I can't really gauge how he is. I don't know if he's like going to become a good guy at the end, because here's the thing: we have the Storm King and Tempest. One of these characters are either going to be converted to good or stay villainous and keep doing their thing. See, Tempest seems to be more of a converter type because I can see like something happening in her past that happened with her horn and then something happened, something like that. But the Storm King, he seems like to be a kind of dude who runs an entire race of his own. Kind of like with the same thing with Chrysalis, so it's very hard to convert her, even though it's easier to convert Tempest. And then it's easier to convert the Storm King. I see that. He even like pokes fun at the whole friendship dealio at the end if that's supposed to be him. So it depends. I really hope Storm King and Tempest are well executed as in their own motivations and villains besides T-Rex. Because T-Rex had obvious methods to what he wanted to do, while Storm King, I don't know what his methods are. I don't know what his end goal is. So until I find that out, then I'll judge him based on villainous things. I'm definitely going to make a video probably after work tomorrow, because by the time I get back, it's probably going to be like 12 or something. So I need to get to sleep because I do have work in the morning. Sadly enough. So Sombra and the Dazzling were never reformed. Yeah. So we have T-Rex, Chrysalis, Sombra, but he's probably dead for all we know, and the Dazzlings, but they're useless as far as we know. That's just it. That's why I only brought up T-Rex and Chrysalis, because Sombra's dead. As far as we know, Sombra's dead. We didn't get like ooh, he's probably still alive due to the horn that chipped off or anything. We didn't get anything like that. That's just fan speculation, and I don't count that. Dazzlings, they're still stuck in the Course of Girls universe, and their only source of magic being their gems have been broken and shattered. So right now they got nothing. So as far as we know, those other two are useless. T-Rex and Chrysalis, they're both in the main continuity universe, and they could be used by something else. Heck, we can get somebody that can probably reform the gems for Dazzlings, and someone to bring up the fact that yes, there is still a chipped horn, and he gets it and reforms Sombra from it, because Sombra can't do it himself. So again, just having a villain to bring all the villains that stayed bad to return to this villain cult thing, would love it. Because there's ways around it where you can write it for it to be believable and something great. And hi. Are the Flim Flam Brothers reformed? It seems to remember the episode of Las Vegas that they help Applejack Flush Eye. They're not technically reformed. I'm just they're just using their talents in a different way than that would lead to probably end world domination. Because if the Starlight if the Starlight timeline thing is anything to go by, if Flim Flam Brothers were not controlled, they would actually probably destroy a lot of things. But the Flim Flam Brothers at this point, they are not converted fully to good, but they're just doing things right now. Doing things right now. Like in Las Pegasus, they're using their talents of what they do as sales ponies and stuff like that with their inventions and stuff to actually better better other ponies in Las Pegasus than trying to be the most dominant figures of all Equestria. You know what I mean? So compare the Flintstone Brothers that we see them in the first place, and compare them now. You can see that their intentions are a lot better, but I wouldn't see them actually going to the main six and helping them out willingly, unless they come to them. You know what I mean? They're on the question. Do you ship Dan X Pinkie Pie? I don't ship a human with a pony. I'm sorry, guys. I'm not about that life. I could go with Pinkie Pie, can hang out with Dan, and probably have a smoothie somewhere, but I don't do that. Okay, I'm not about. No, I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm apologizing. No one should be like that unless it's for a joke and being ironic. But Dan and Pinkie, seeing those shorts, showing those little commercial with them, they were cute, I gotta say. Bedazzled car would definitely tick Dan off, but seeing them together, just I think Dan would be more ticked off that Pinkie is around than actually hang out with her and be friends. You know what I mean? Oh man, sorry about that. They're kind of reformed, but not really at the same time. Their con pony skills. Yeah, okay. Basically, see, that's my problem with being so far behind the chat and in these live streams. Many people already explained what I just said, probably in a more like condensed and easier to understand format. Hi. Ready for Ruby Season 5? Yeah, definitely. I still need to upload my reaction to the Weiss trailer. Oh my god, I still need to do that. Oh my god. Make me remind myself how much of an idiot I am at this point. Okay. I'll do that, hopefully, before it starts. Yeah, I'm definitely hyped for it. They definitely aren't major villains or anything like that. Nah. Honestly, to watch this MLP movie after reading the end of the Tokyo Ghoul manga, I need something happy in my life. Go for it, man. Tokyo Ghoul can definitely do some things to your brain if you're not prepared for it, and your feelings. What's being an art college like? I kind of want to go, but I feel like it won't really make you a great artist, because when it comes to art, you really gotta learn a lot on your own. Yeah, that is 100% true. That is 150,000% true of what you just stated. Art is subjective, so because in certain classes they kind of want you to conform to a specific type of art style. Like, let's say perspective drawing, you have to be good at that sort of like very elongated and shading type thing. If you're not a good shader, then too bad, you're not gonna be good in that class. However, there are but on like the free form classes, like my digital ink and paint class, where you can use any type of art form that you yourself have grown up or learned yourself to do, then you'll get a good grade in that class, because you're either used to that art form, so you're used to making animations of that art form. But in art college, it really depends if you want to use art college to get into a specific art place. Like, you want to get into a specific industry, you're gonna have to go to an art college, because industries look for artists in art colleges way more than they look for freelance guys. This is not my words; these are words from other teachers. Like in the industry, people come to us, like people like Rooster Teeth, Madhouse Studios, all these studios that do anime and animation and cartoons and stuff like that. They come to these colleges to see if there's any talent in their portfolios to use them, and then offer them for internships. However, a freelancer would have to go through so many more hoops, just to get into one industry that is looking for somebody. And you know, taking in a guy who's freelance is a lot more dangerous to use than a guy in college, because they're already going through so much stuff to embetterment their stuff, and they have a portfolio ready and waiting, and they were trained for this sort of thing in that college. So it really depends on your personal preference on where you're trying to put your art form in. If you're a freelancer and you're only doing freelance stuff and you're doing personal projects for people who ask you via commissions, then you don't need to go to an industry, because you're already making up your business like that. However, you want to get into an industry, it's better to go into a college, because that's what they're looking for and that's where they're going. So that's for me. That's what they told me. And if I'm wrong about that, they're wrong about that. I really don't care. With me in the industry stuff, I'm mainly trying to work on my skills in general with the classes that I'm given. Right now, I'm in motion graphics, and my lord, I'm having my right now I'm getting a gist of it. And motion graphics is actually something I want to get into a job for, and also use some of my animation into. So with motion graphics, I'm definitely trying to get into that. But other like freehand animation deals, as you can see on my DeviantArt, that's definitely something I want to get into too. So if there's like, if I have to say anything about my main skill level right now, it's pretty abysmally poor, which is bad right now. So people can say otherwise. People can go to my DeviantArt and say, hey, this is actually really good. You can actually get somewhere. You actually can't. Not that current skill that I have in my DeviantArt right now. It's pretty chump change compared to the greatness that other people in this art college has, and that intimidates me. But I'm trying to move forward from that. Milo Dashi predicted the future. In the My Little Pony Dashi universe, there are 8 seasons in MLP. We're about to get into 8 seasons. That doesn't really predict the future. If anything, saying the thing that Rarity said in one of that episode was like 30-something seasons or something like that. It was supposed to be like, I got enough dresses for the next something seasons. If we get to that many, that's predicting the future on how good they predicted their popularity to stay for that many seasons. However, for Milo Dashi, it's more like, I could have said, I don't know what season it was in, but I could have safely said 5 seasons now. And once we get to 5 seasons, it's technically predicting something. It's like, you can't really see it ending. So unless it doesn't mean they didn't predict the future. If it gets to like the 9th season, that means it goes over that or something like that. Because if it continues, and of course it was going to get to 8 seasons eventually, right? So if you make a number and you don't get to it, you're not predicting the future. If it ends on that number, you predicted the future. If it goes above that number, you didn't predict the future. However, I am happy that it got up to 8 seasons at this point. It's a good show. It deserves as much like attention as it's getting because it's actually, you know, a good show. An art teacher can tell you how to do perspective, but you can't instantly know how to do every single angle now. Yeah. Man, this is why I can't really hark on one comment from one person, because I'll get off into a tangent and then say the exact same thing you already said, so you already know. So that's already weird. Sorry about that. But yeah, we already know about the whole learning curve that a lot of students have. There are a lot of, right now in my current circle of friends here, Josh is good at animation, but it's only in 3D animation. Anything 2D animation wise, he sucks at. But he has to go to 2D animation classes and have to deal with the fact that he's not good at 2D. So he's already hurting himself, learning stuff that he really does not want to know or need to know in his future life, in his future time in the field that he wants to get into. Same thing with Tyler. Tyler's good when it comes to like certain things. I'm gonna guess like 3D type, like 2D-ish animation or like sound design, and he's giving like classes. For me, I suck at 3D. I suck at 3D not because I don't want to do 3D, it's because I'm not good with a 3-dimensional space that is given to me right now. I think broadly, but I think more broad when I'm having a 2D space. My 2-dimensional space is way better than the 3-dimensional space, because all the other different things that are given to me actually overwhelms me of what I can actually do. I had a ZBrush class and I could not even make a hand correctly without me getting pissed off that I couldn't make a hand. But when I get in my 2D design, I can easily make a hand and actually make the hand move and look in a 3D dimensional space, because I'm actually used to doing things like that. So why waste my talents in something that I know I'm not going to be good at? And even if I am become good at it, why get a job in it if I'm not going to have my fun, if I'm not going to enjoy myself? I don't want to get a job that involves me to do a lot of 3D related stuff because I want to enjoy myself. And I thought careers were supposed to be those things that you get because you love doing them. If I'm getting a career in 3D animation, it's more of a job. And jobs are not meant to be fun. Jobs are meant to be something that you go to, get money, and live out life with that money that you get from it. You have to deal with it because that's what it is. That's how life works. So when it comes to me, if it comes to me being poor because I don't want to get a 3D animation job, I'm gonna be screwed. But I'm gonna do my best with being like a great 2D animator, so people will want a 2D animator. I'd rather push my boundaries more toward 2D than having to kill myself because I hate doing it on 3D when I know I'm not going to enjoy doing it. Just random people talking, me going on random tangents on certain things that many people probably don't even care about. See here. How was Spike in the old MLP cartoons? Do you remember how he was like? If we're talking Generation 1, he was basically really annoying, but not terribly. Really, bunch of reallys later, annoying. He kind of bridges the gap a little bit. Definitely. I love Generation 4 Spike above all other Spikes. There is one generation where he was actually like a wise old dragon, which I actually kind of appreciated because he actually wasn't really annoying. He was actually pretty okay to listen to. But if I had to choose a favorite Spike, I don't even remember a Spike in Generation 2. I don't really remember a Spike in Generation 2. If anyone's more accustomed to Generation 2, please tell me, because I don't remember much in Generation 2. Generation 1 Spike is the main one I remember, because Generation 1 is the main thing I truly remember back in my day. So, if you really want to know something about Spike, you could basically count G4 Spike as best Spike, like how many G4 characters are best characters. And Generation 1 Spike is just this kid who is just, you want him to shut up every time he speaks. And I dealt with that. Bipedal. If we're talking about bipedal species and they walk on their two legs, then no. They walk on all fours. They can go on their two legs like Gilda usually kind of does, but they can't, like, I don't see Gilda walking on her two legs all the time. Plus, she's half lion. Lions aren't bipedal. As if I know what bipedal means. That could be 4 legs for all I know. But since we already brought up, like, the two things that walk on our two legs, we're clearly talking about two-leg species, right? I may be an idiot, but I'm not dumb. Or not, do. What are the rules on birds? Bipedal. They walk on their two legs. Phoenix, but the Phoenix doesn't count because it doesn't actually walk. It actually uses its only flight. When you think of bipedal species, you think of actual elongated legs that allow them to walk like regular humans. If we're going off that logic, then the bird people right now are those bipedal species because they walk like humans. The Phoenix flies. You don't really see it walking at all. So you could basically say it's, I don't know what it's like to have no legs or not use legs. So I wasn't around for Gen 1, so I don't know how I would like it. You probably won't, to tell you the truth. Unless you are a dumb kid like me, and you got into the series because you like the pretty colors and also like the interesting things it kind of did, then you probably won't like it now. Because I rewatched the T-Rex thing on my channel once, and I nearly died when I remembered the sea ponies. So if you're going into Generation 1, prepare to at least have some form of mental trauma, because you have to be in like a mindset to watch that stuff, man. The only redeeming factors are the villains. The only every scene with T-Rex is great. That's the fun thing. I don't have an MLP shirt, so I'm going to wear my Transformer shirt. I had an MLP shirt. If for those of you who remember, I had a Vinyl Scratch t-shirt. I think it was Vinyl Scratch with Octavia. I think it was a Vinyl Scratch with Octavia shirt, but I lost it somewhere, and I was planning to wear it to the thing. And my next best thing was this Dan Jerk t-shirt. So I'm just, okay, fine. At least people know about the whole Pinkie Pie dynamic with them, so I guess that counts. I really want that shirt back. I really want the Dazzling to come back. If the Dazzling is going to come back, they're either going to come back in the new series of Equestria Girls that's going to show up, and they're going to get, like, Akumanized. Jesus Christ. They're going to get Akumanized by the new villain or something like that that's throwing all this magic around, and they get their magic back somehow, or get, like, new powers from this thing, like how that one chick got the mirror. So that's the only hope for the Dazzling coming back, because they're still there. They didn't go back to Ponyville and got imprisoned there. No, they're still there. So there's a possibility. It's definitely up there. Everyone wants to see Star Swirl. I don't see a single person that says, I think Star Swirl should stay a legend. Granted, I believe there are people like that who want Star Swirl to stay as this ambiguous legend character that did all this random and cool stuff back in the day. And not only Twilight can actually do these things because she's the only person who's really like encompassed with his magical expertise at this point. So it's like, okay. But I would like to see Star Swirl. Moon Rises was great, and kind of backstory there. I wonder if the new movie will be canon to the show, or it will be situation. Movies are never referenced in the show. The thing is, I can see the movie being more referenced in the show than the Equestria Girls universe. The series creators definitely have some sort of like dynamic in the fact that they are canon, of themselves. Like the whole entire thing with the shorts with Starlight going to the world definitely shows that they do want to have more encompassed areas where they want the Starlight. Because here's the thing, you have to really think about this. Really think about it. MLP is great. MLP is awesome. But not everyone watches everything MLP related. Say you're a guy who loves the MLP show because it's all about the ponies and they all do this sort of thing. But then as soon as they turn them into humans, they get turned off on that and they didn't want to watch the Equestria Girls movies at all. And then they start referencing Equestria Girl movie material. So you got those people who never watched any Equestria Girl stuff being so left in the dark because they didn't like a certain property that they branched off in a spin-off like territory. Think about that. So I get that in a non-alienating sense. I can see them not wanting to bring Equestria Girls stuff up just in case other people have not watched the Equestria Girls material, and they'll be like, who's Sunset? Who is this person? Why are they referencing this place? When did they go here? What is that about? Why should I care? That sort of thing. To avoid that, just don't involve it in the continuity. As for the movie, since it pretty much pertains to everything that the show already has to offer, I don't really see them not counting it as canon. It's highly possible they won't count it as canon. Hell, I would be surprised if we didn't get a single thing about it until season 8 or even season 9 if it exists. So, yeah. I can see a season 9 existing since the new Equestria Girls thing is going to pop up, and I would be surprised to see if season 8 was the final season of all of MLP, and then the Equestria Girls thing is now this new thing we're going to have to start watching. So it really is up in the air. I can see why they would do it, but I also see a reason why it wouldn't make sense not to make it canon. So, like, No website where I can read the MLP comic issue. Just search up on Google and have at it, man. That's what I'm going to do after the stream. If someone else has it, yeah. Hey, Ellen Tina. Starlight would just easily kick Tempest's ass if given the chance. The whole movie conflict solved. I don't really believe that because Tempest seems to be this intimidating character. I don't see... See, here's the thing. I can see Tempest doing that whole judo flip dealio with the giant fish dude. Then I see Starlight doing the same thing. Because here's the thing. Starlight would probably do it with magic. Tempest did it just by being her. I don't know if she has this like pseudo power influence thing where her magic is just all of her body and she just gets abnormally strong for some reason. But I don't see Starlight just going up to Tempest, punching her in the face, hoofing her in the face and just saying, I won the day. No. I can see Tempest actually being an actual threat, considering that she can jump in the air, kick something, and then now the main 6 are separated from the rest of the pack. Alright, so I like your determined spirit on Starlight, but she's not that epic. I love how epic she is, but she's not epic. That epic. Yes, I actually have the first episode here. Too bad it's not going to be reacted to for a while due to me being an idiotic, self-absorbed douche who doesn't know how to sit down and do a video. Why do people keep asking that same question about DuckTales? He'll decide that. Okay, yeah, it's either people don't believe me when I say I'm going to react to it and they wait 2 days and they don't see it, so they expect me not to get to it in a while when I'm trying to get to other things that other people have told me to do. Or they're a new person who doesn't know anything about DuckTales and my stance on DuckTales and doesn't know how much I love the old DuckTales cartoons and understands that if the new DuckTales thing is that good, I definitely would love to watch it, definitely. And if it happened to do on a reaction, I would love to do that too. But here's the thing, guys. Google Drive space does not come cheap. It does not come cheap, and if I keep doing shows I have to put on the Google Drive, sooner or later I'm going to run out of space and have to delete things, and then have people say, hey, why can't I use the Google Drive to think because I deleted it. Sooner or later that will happen, and it's going to be a day I'm going to dread. Okay? So right now, I'm trying to avoid things I have to use my Google Drive. Rick and Morty is already taking up too much space already. Alright? Rick and Morty is taking up over 2 gigabytes each reaction on my Google Drive space. And I have two Google Drives for that series because Google Drive wants to apparently stop showing things to people if too many people watch it, which is stupid. But, okay, I'm currently trying to map things out. Give me a minute. I'm working on it. Work makes me stop doing work. Shockingly. Oh, this MLP movie, how you, I mean, here in the CBU's found and everything is just dead. Actually, it isn't. Actually, we got information that the CB universe is coming this winter. It is not an official, there's no official date, but there has been something that showed that the new CB universe episodes are going to be coming out this winter. There's actually a 2-minute long short involving something. I did not watch it because spoilers, or, you know, sort of stuff like that. But we do have information about CB universe. Now, do another question. Do you like the new Spider-Man show? If we're talking like, we're talking about like the one that's more based around, I guess, the Homecoming Spider-Man. If we're talking like a brand new one, I don't really like it. It's something that's up with the animation. Something's really up to the whole drive and determination that Peter has. Something's just wrong all around. I do appreciate that they want to put Miles Morales and the new Spider and the other Spider-Girl in there. I appreciate that, but there's really nothing like really holding on to it, especially coming off a Spectacular Spider-Man. If you're talking about a Spectacular Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, and other Spider-Man iterations, this one's pretty weak. I'm gonna be honest on that. I'm not that big of a critic. I'm not that all critical on a lot of things, but honestly, when I watched the first few episodes, I really had to delete those reactions to those because it's like I didn't enjoy it. I really didn't. Like, whether it be from animation issue problems or just from the lack of drive and the fact that it's so desaturated, the colors. Compare some of the screens from that show and the screens of Spectacular Spider-Man, even Ultimate Spider-Man. Ultimate Spider-Man is not fantastic. In fact, that has a lot more problems than anything. But Spectacular Spider-Man is definitely like the Spider-Man to beat when you're talking about making up a new Spider-Man. And it's hard to say. It's hard to say for me to say that this is a great show because there's a lot of things. There's a lot of problems with it. There is a lot of problems with it. Not to mention like I'm not gonna go too far into that. Just know that I'm not a big fan of it. But it's not like something that no one should watch and it's terrible. It's like horrifyingly terrible. No, it's a decent show. It's not a show I would like to watch like on a regular basis. I just don't know how to approach being an artist when it comes to getting an education and a job with it. I want to create a show on Cartoon Network, but I don't even know where to start. Here's the thing. Don't start with Cartoon Network because they're going to turn your thing down or bring it up for a few episodes and get rid of it because they just want Teen Titans Go all the freaking time. This is a half joke and also half true. I hate the fact that it's half true because there's a lot of good shows that missed out on actually being good shows because Cartoon Network doesn't know how to structure their show quality anymore. Hate that. So it's like, okay. When it comes to making a cartoon and trying to get out, you got to put yourself out there. The thing is, this is to put yourself out there in any way, shape, or form on any site or social media, and do that. Show people what you can do, and then people will come to you. Like right now, I'm doing my best to just put out everything that I probably ever got done. Right now, I'm actually starting to get in my groove. I'm doing my original story again, at least something pertaining to it. And yeah, it's hard, really. Being an artist in this universe is hard, in general. You would have had better opportunity just being a guy in a cubicle. But art has all to do with passion and all to do with heart. You gotta put money as a second priority. That's literally what you have to think. You have to put art as a top priority, money as a second priority. Because you put money as a priority, you're probably gonna be sunk. Because you're gonna constantly go to things that aren't for you, and the money that you're trying to get will not be there. If you go for what you're passionate about and what you're talented in, and then you get to the people that want these sort of things from you, and you're actually pretty adaptive, then you'll get it. Because because if you keep thinking about money, you're gonna be stressed out and probably not live long enough to actually get that state. Because being an artist is hard. It's definitely hard. I know this better than anyone. But like, you gotta just want to do it. You gotta want to do it. You can't just say, okay, I want to do this. I have to do this because this sort of thing. It feels like my drive. You're not gonna get very far. I know this from experience. Terrible experience. So yeah, talking about art history is actually really getting me into a sour mood. Let's continue moving forward, shall we? Oh, Jesus. I'm already lost again. Okay. Let's see. Part of me wants to take a nap to pass some time, but I don't know. Don't want to miss the movie that airs on stream. Airs this stream. Yeah, don't. I took a nap earlier, and as soon as I woke up, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do my live stream now. That's pretty much what I said. So yeah, take a nap. Don't take a nap. You decide, because you don't want to be tired when you have to watch the movie. Because even the most exciting movies can make you go to sleep. Plus, all the way to California, and I don't want networking skills to get college. I didn't see it good enough. Cough. Yeah, it's hard. Pinkie Pie is adorable in this movie. I bet she is. She's adorable in pretty much any sense, really, in general. I can't wait for this end. Yeah, looking forward to the most in this movie. I'm looking forward to pretty much everything. When it comes to the villains, I'm looking forward to how they're going to be executed there. When it comes to villain, I'm looking for the world building. I'm looking for how the characters have developed over this time and how they're going to bounce off each other in this movie. I want to see if the sea ponies are going to be executed well. Just like take a slow zoom on my face and then just play the song All Around Me Are Familiar Faces and just do that. Just do it, because that's exactly the face that I made right there. That's just all that was going through my mind. It's like, I'm gonna have to deal with these things again. Hope to Christ that they're actually look well. Oh God. What about G1 Twilight? Was she a brainiac? When it comes to G1 Twilight, I actually believe she had a different name back then. I could be wrong about that. It has been a while since I watched Generation 1. But especially when it comes to names. I know like major things, but I believe she had a different name. I think it was the same name, but a different design. I think their design was the same with their friend design. Moondancer? I think it was. It probably wasn't Moondancer. It was something. There was an episode where she had to connect with her old friends again, and I dropped something. Had to connect with her own friends again, and that was her old design, I believe. I think that was her old design, or her mom's design was her own design. But G1 Twilight, she wasn't really much of a brainiac. She was just more of a, like everyone else. Like, a lot of the characters had pretty much the same character traits, except maybe one or two things that differentiated themselves out of that. I can say that the Twilight of that generation wasn't necessarily a brainiac, but she definitely was a little bit more experienced with her magic than others were, if I really had to dictate it like that. Because I believe she was one, if not one of the many first characters to be taken in by Grogar, whose main thing was to take in ponies that were teleporting all over the place. So, I wouldn't call her a brainiac, but I would definitely call her a little bit better than the others. We got a clip of an upcoming episode. I won't spoil though, and the show's coming back in winter. Yeah, so yeah, again, things I mentioned before other people in my sense, but people probably already know due to the fact that I'm way far behind. I'll be completely honest. I saw a bunch of MLP movie ads. One thing I need to resolve is Tempest's look of surprise after Rainbow with Grubber's background commentary. I better not be right when I say that's the end of the movie. It's definitely not the end of the movie. That is not the end of the movie. If anything, that's probably a midway to like halfway point to the end of the movie. There's no way they're gonna end off the movie with Rainbow Dash being the center of attention out of all the things. Think about that. The first MLP movie, Rainbow Dash, one of the 6 ponies that are very important to the overall narrative of the show and everything in general. This isn't a Rainbow Dash movie. This is a full 6 movie. All right, full 6. If Rainbow Dash is the quintessential reason why Tempest loses, I will be ticked. All right, I will literally take off 5 whole points if that is the end of the movie. That's how much I do not believe in it. 5 whole points out of a possible 10. I do not want Rainbow Dash to steal all of the glory just because she can do something that the others can't do, and that being a Rainbow. Alright? That's my personal opinion on that aspect. That is not the end of the movie. I'm saying that with utmost certainty. Because where's the Sea King? Where's the... not the Sea King. Where's the King? Huh? What did he do? Is he already defeated? What's up? I need more context. do you feel about Halloween, and do you plan on dressing up? Yes, I do. I plan on dressing up exactly this, except with blue jeans next time. Going as my favorite character, because I apparently am too broke to buy something else. I definitely want to go as a Phantom Thief from Persona 5. Definitely Joker, probably even Ryuji, because I think his Phantom Thief costume is great. But yeah, I do not have the money and resources and time to get those things, so I'm just gonna go as Dan. Forget it. But yeah, I'm not gonna go out and like do trick or treating or anything like that. If I was in New Orleans with my nieces and stuff, I definitely would have gone trick or treating with them so I could be like their company or whatnot. But I'm not a grown freaking man. I'm a grown man. I'm not gonna walk to other people's door and get candy. All right. My Halloween happens after Halloween, when all the Halloween candy that wasn't bought at that time is on sale in Walmart and stuff like that. That's my Halloween. Very discounted candy. That's all adult Halloween, if you actually tell the truth. Okay. But who knows if they'll be telling the truth when they show the trailer for season 5. It said coming soon. Nothing for months. Yeah, that is something. Another thing would happen to be, just to go off on that clip that they show in the trailers. Why would they show the end of the movie in the trailers? It's probably like the worst thing to do. I don't believe that the people who run the MLP movie trailers are the same kind of stupid as the people who ran the Batman vs Superman trailers, where they just show Doomsday and just like, hey, I wonder where this is gonna show up in the movie. Probably at the end. So yeah, I don't think they're that dumb. I don't think they're that dumb. I don't think they're gonna show like a quintessential scene at the end of the movie that involves like a main villain getting beat at that time. I don't see that. Probably see and Lord of the Rings, or my ponies. Huh. Oh no, I'm moving too much. My camera can't keep up. That means the stream is going to end soon, guys. You know what that means. I do want to Fandom back in 2012, I think. I saw a parody of MLP versus Adventure Time rap battle, and I was interested in the characters, so I searched it up, and I saw a bunch of clips. I was instantly engaged. Yeah, everyone knows my origins, so happy y'all got into it too. Love, live, sunshine. And then I just ended up binge watching the first 2 seasons on YouTube and fell in love. Yeah, at least you're way better than Josh. He forcibly binge watched the first 3 seasons, and now he despises the show with a burning passion. I hate him for it, because now he's judging the show because of some friends and his own dealio. It was his bet. Why do you have to take it out on the show? If you just ate it in like small bites, you might actually appreciate it a lot more. But since you yourself have shot yourself in the foot, why do you have to blame the show? It's not bad. You're bad. Because if you had to binge watch all the fan created content, you would hate them too, wouldn't you? So, like, think about that. When I first watched the MLP episode and saw Twilight, I found my spirit animal seriously only in female form. I think I've seen the clip already. I'm pretty interested. Nice. And a power scale. How strong is everyone in MLP universe? On power scaling, if you're going off the website of power, people usually power scale people. Twilight's star level. And it makes sort of sense. She's star level when she had the princess's magic. Celestia star level, obviously, since she can just casually move the sun, casually. So yeah, if we're gonna downgrade Luna, she's only like small planet level since she can only move the moon. And if we're really like going power scaling, we got Rainbow Dash, who's like maybe island level due to her Sonic Rainbow, or at least a Mountain Buster or island level. So we're in the two, and this is just me going off the top of my head. And if we're going off like power ups with the Elements of Harmony, they're already star level. And if we're going like Rainbow Power, they're star level plus since they beat T-Rex casually with all of his power that he got from every single pony in Equestria, including the 3 princesses and Discord. So already we're plus star, and if we're still thinking that they still have Rainbow Power, we're looking at ponies that can bust solar systems all over the place if they really felt like it. So it's like, So that's what power scaling's all about. If we're going like villains wise, like right next to Tyrek, no one's really like Tyrek after absorb in attack potency, Tyrek is strong. In attack potency, Tyrek is like one of the strongest out of all the villains, obviously. But if we're going like power, we gotta go with Discord because his powers of reality warping is definitely something to beat, even if you have raw strength. So it's But if we're going like the full verse, the best way to scale it is always through Dragon Ball Z, and I'm pretty sure all the ponies at their current level can at least go up against Saiyan Saga Goku. Is that believable? No, because Saiyan Saga Goku right now is like planet level, and as soon as we get to Frieza, you got him blowing up like you punching a haymakering a planet busting attack easily. So you can basically say he could probably like do some things. I don't really know good on power scaling. Whatever motion that gets close to being able to bust stars, so definitely not Cell because he can bust the solar system, which is a way better feat than just blowing up one star and stuff. So if we're going off that, at least Saiyan Saga, which is actually really incredible if you really think about it. You got planet busters here. Maud is Alicorn tier, Celestia is Pony tier. Maud is actually more powerful than a lot of other Earth ponies due to the fact that she can just like jackhammer a boulder casually with her bare hands, bare hooves. All right, she can just do that casually, done. And you can clearly tell she's like a Saitama in the sense that she does all this stuff with this blank expression on her face, and you can clearly tell she can put in more effort. She doesn't feel like it. Jeez, alright. Oh, the sunshine. Yeah, first watching MLP episode. It's all life on simply put, without outside interference, Celestia is useless unless in the future we get a Celestia episode where she actually shows she's the ruler of Equestria. That's really stating a lot here. Like, okay, here's the deal about Celestia and her power. Like, I'm still on my side about Okami, Amaterasu from Okami. She's more powerful than Celestia as a sun goddess. All right. So if I want to scale things off of her, Celestia has barely had any moments to show that her power is something great. She was pretty. You can't really blame her fight with Luna because she was fighting her sister, and I would love to see you fight your lovable sibling in an actual fight that involves you probably killing them. So we can't really count that as that. You can count her taking a beam from her and just getting up and being like, all right, I'm gonna have to do this since you leave me no choice. That's an interesting durability feat on Celestia's end. And if we're gonna go with power scaling, and you got Cadence, Celestia, and Luna putting all their strength into Twilight. Twilight, pretty much, if you want to go about it, probably can bust maybe a small hill because she can lift up an Ursa Minor with full power. That's the full gauge. She can lift up like an Ursa Minor, full gauge of her magic, and get rid of it. So we're going full on Season 4 Twilight. Season 4 Twilight can probably pick up an Ursa Minor, maybe casually, with some minimal effort now, due to her training with her magic. And so we're going to go off that maybe half a mountain level. Celestia, Luna, and Cadence. Since they're supposed to be like 2 times more powerful, we're going to go 2 times more powerful. And we're already depicting that maybe the whole sun feat of being able to move the sun is not as impressive as it looks. But think about it. If she could just move the sun, I'm pretty sure she can bring the sun down and destroy everyone. So think about that. So as for that, let's go with Celestia, Luna, and Cadence being around continent level. Alright, just wanking them a bit. Continent level. If you don't want to go off the star level, moon level, and possibly like kingdom level for Cadence. Alright? You put all their powers into one, you pretty much have you pretty much have a planet buster there. So if you're going off that, Celestia's pretty strong. Celestia's pretty strong. The thing with Chrysalis, her main thing with Chrysalis was draining the love from Shining Armor that he had with Cadence for a while. And throughout that, plus you cannot state officially that Celestia wasn't holding back or giving it her all when fighting Chrysalis. Who knows what would have happened if she went full goddess mode, and who knows what would have happened if something happened. I still fault her for losing. Still fault her for that, definitely. But you can't just, some of the scenarios that she had to fight definitely cannot be dictated as, okay, she's that weak. Alright? And if the Dreamscape where she's fighting both Nightmare Moon and her Daybreaker form is anything to go on, she can jump in between the two beams and just dissipate them. Now, I know most people are going to say it was a dream. It's probably not that. But if it's one thing that we can realize, Luna's dreams jumping abilities is more like Freddy Krueger. You die in a dream, you die for real. You take damage in a dream, you take damage for real. So I can see through that. She can at least tank that much. So, I'm not the best power scaler. But I at least know certain things about certain people's powers and how they should be judged based on their skills and what they have shown. Like people saying that Saitama can't bust a planet because he only punched away a thing that was going to take apart the surface of the planet. But you haven't seen Saitama even get slightly serious in the matter. His serious punch wasn't even that serious of a punch. He just said it was serious so he could give Boros a thing to wank off to since he fought something so strong. He held back the entire fight. He would have won if he felt like it. So it's like, you got to really take into account the personality and what they do with their power before you start power scaling them, really. And the situations of which they show off their power. Which is why in my story, I'm doing my best to make sure if you're going to power scale a character, you already see the fullest potential that they have without having to speculate what they could do, because that's where you start to get into fan character territory, and apparently Goku can bust all the universes that Xeno has created now, which I highly disagree with. Teen Titans Go will forever be gone, and a new cartoon for kids will raise power. Raise the power. Dream and equality. Well, it would be more important than inequality. Yeah, I agree. Sooner or later, that the whatever's the problem is, whether it be the CEO, whether it be the person who's running it now, whether it be the schedule maker, whether it be anyone who's working, I don't want to blame one person. I'm just gonna blame the entirety of it because that's what it is. Sooner or later, it will go back to its roots. Remember the whole live action days that Cartoon Network had? While not fully 100% day-breakingly terrible, it still came and went. And now we had like one of the best versions of Cartoon Network by that time. And then we got into this state. So here's the thing, guys. Teen Titans Go cannot last forever. That's the one thing that we do need to take into consideration. Teen Titans Go cannot last forever. It's either going to end, or it's gonna have to have something to keep it up to make it still relevant, and have other shows accompanying it so it can still be somewhat there. Sooner or later that will happen. Right now we're in that phase where it's not happening, and it's kind of ticking me off. But sooner or later it will happen, and I'm holding out for that. I don't hate it. I try not to hate or having gripe with anything. When it first came out, I really had a problem with it, but just try to more chill about things. So it's fine. It's fine. I gave a few episodes a try, and I will admit I did like the first couple of episodes, and then I just started to despise them and hate them and everything about them because then I realized that all the jokes were really stupid. See, I think the only reason why I found them funny is because I compared them to the old series. Here's the thing. The funny thing about it. I like those episodes because compared to the old series, I'm like, these characters would never act like that in the old series. And then I started to think about it after I got to like episode 2 or episode 3. Yeah, these characters would never act in the old series. I wish I had the old series back. Show sucks. That's pretty much what my mindset was. It's like, okay, I was kind of enjoying it because I was making fun of the old series. And then I realized how much the old series was great. And I realized this is stupid. And then I realized, and then later down the line when they start making episodes bashing the old series because they're not the old series. That's not how you do it. That's not how you do it, Cartoon Network. That's not how you do it. It's so bad. I really want to talk to Lauren Foss. I really want to talk to all the people who voice act in that show and really get a full definition of how they feel when they do it. Like, really. Like, because I don't want to say they enjoy doing that. I don't. I can't feel that. I think it's a funny pseudo joke for Raven to like a My Little Pony-esque show, which is funny, but it's not Raven. You're ruining my perception of Raven because of that. It is bad. I like as like a side thing that she like quickly changed the channel, like that you could probably see like in the old series she's watching like a mini, but it's not like a prominent thing. They don't like focus the camera on it. Things like you're walking with Robin and Starfire, and they're walking through a hallway, and then they open a door. Like a split second, you see like a channel like go when Raven's watching the TV, and like a split second, you see like a My Little Pony-esque show. That is funny enough to add like a little small joke that yes, Raven does have this slight little girlish side to her, but now it's just so prominent in this show, and it's very bad. Not to mention the shipping they're doing with Raven and Beast Boy. It's really bad how they're executing that. It basically makes the old show just cringe of how they're handling the ship between those two. It's abysmal. It's abysmal. There's a lot of things I hate about this show, but there's a lot of things to also say. It's just a show. Deal with it. It's Christmas Adventure. I think so. I think I remember watching that. I don't really remember much from it. I don't remember much about many other old generations due to the fact that it's been so long at this point. But I think I have. Anything Go is good for humor, but it's way overdone. Make fun of the old series. Yeah, I hate it when they do that. That's like the main thing I hate it when they do. They try to do their best to make it so the old series does not matter at this point, even though now the old series is actually being played on Cartoon Network now, so they know they messed up. They know they messed up. Or maybe they know they need to throw us a bone every now and then. Either way, I'm appreciating the fact they're showing the old series again. He's let Starlight defeat Tempest. Awesome battle. She's the chosen hero, and Tempest is basically Calamity Ganon. It'd be really weird throughout all the trailers we don't see a high no hair of Starlight doing something besides just being in a background one time, and then suddenly she's the main hero of the story. I would find that weird and probably took out some points for that, because that's bad story writing, my friend. Any dark moments in the movie? I don't believe anyone's going to die. I also don't believe anyone's going to get so injured that they're actually going to be, like, crippled for the rest of the season. No, I don't believe that. I do believe that we're going to get some tragic backstory with Tempest at the very least. But that's it. I don't believe anything dark is going to happen. Like Big Ma eating people type dark. I didn't sleep the night before, and I saw Jurassic World, and I almost fell asleep near the end of it. Honestly, movie trailers should just show one trailer, and that's it. No trailer 2, no 3, no trailers, no one trailer, that's it. Yeah, I believe that too. See, a trailer is supposed to be there to get you hyped up for the movie, and it's also supposed to gauge on how good the movie is actually going to be. If it's a comedy and they make you laugh 1 or 2 times in the trailer, then you know it's going to probably be a good comedy movie, since the trailer jokes were good, meaning the movie jokes are probably better. Same thing with any like movie in general. If it's supposed to get you hyped up, that's it. So if you have that one, and plus it's supposed to be like, okay, this is what we have to offer. This is what we're gonna do. You don't have to do it. You don't have to do it a second time. You don't have to do it a third time. Especially with different scenes that probably would have been better left to the movie itself. MLP movies. No, not Blade Runner. Like Cruise movie. How only 15 people at max yet. So like behind. I hark on things a lot, man. I hark on things a lot. Hi, get back up. Okay. Because each question takes like the answer. I don't though. Discussions are nice. At least some people would enjoy that. Spyro from Dawn of the Dragon versus Twilight with the power of the Alicorns. Who to win? Twilight with the power of the Alicorns. Here's the thing about that battle. Neither of them looked tired. Neither of them looked like they were actually exerting so much energy that they had to stop doing it after a while. Twilight took hits by being thrown into a mountain due to her magic barrier and get thrown throughout the other side of a mountain and to ground. It's like, and all this casually, connoisseur casually. They're just going at each other in an impasse. They were equal in strength. None of them were giving either one an impasse, and they could have fought forever for all we know, with all that magical potential and energy. As for Spyro, Dawn of the Dragon, the last thing I remember from Dawn of the Dragon Spyro is that he's sort of powerful, but he cannot beat Twilight, who has a way more. He's faster at flying. She's faster at flying than him, and not to mention teleportation. Nice to be able to comment on something when he said it. Taking a century for him to it. It's something I'm just gonna get used to, man. This is why I'm praying that in the future that I do not actually have over 100 people watching the stream. That it's just actually just this short all the time. Because if I have over 100 people and I'm constantly trying to answer every single question and not trying to skip any single person, we're gonna be here forever. I'm just too nice. I cannot skip someone if they have something to say to me. I cannot do it. I'm sorry. People over exaggerate when they say cartoons were back in the other days. There was only 4 cartoons that are worldwide seen as bad. I think as there's both good and bad cartoons in every time era. That is exactly true. Some eras may have more good cartoons than others, but it doesn't mean that they didn't have any blights that you hated. You guys remember, what's that show called? It was a show with horrible animation. I know that pretty much narrows it down, but it was a show with horrible animation with this giant chocolate-looking guy. I don't know what it was called. It was on Cartoon Network, and it was bad. And it was part of that generation where people world-renownedly loved. But it was bad. So bad that it didn't even get any kind of spot in general in any of the anniversaries, the anniversary animations they did. Like, that's how bad it was. But yeah, we had some bad shows back in our day. It doesn't mean that we have to bash every single show that comes out this time. Granted, there are a lot of shows that are bad on this day, and we're dealing with it. But it doesn't mean we have to say the other old generations were just as good. Weren't just as bad. Because everyone has opinions on certain shows. Some people don't even like certain shows that we world-renownedly find as good. So it's like preference. Let's see here. Whew. Raven and Beast Boy were my favorite. Now, yeah. The Raven and Beast Boy ship in Teen Titans Go is making me regret shipping them in the first place. Exactly. Every time there's a moment where there's supposed to be like a lovey-dovey feely dealio, I despise it. That's not how it works. It's not how that works. Raven's not supposed to be as goofy as Beast Boy, and Beast Boy is not supposed to be overly serious or anything, or stay goofy, or no, better yet, stay goofy during the relationship. It's supposed to. Oh my god! Don't even get me started on this ship. Like the whole episode where he turns into that chupacabra-like thing, and it's that giant werebeast, and did everything, even though he was in an enraged state. The interactions that Beast Boy and Raven had in that one episode were fantastically done. Just fantastically done. And doing this whole love triangle thing with Terra is like, oh my god, I want to shoot myself. Ugh, Jesus. Sorry, you two, for the stall suicide, but it's joke. Yeah. Most advertising don't really spoil too much in advertising show the movies being something completely different than when it actually is. Don't like it because of that. I only came here for season 1 and one reason only. What it is? It's because you're awesome. Thanks. Can I make videos of me reading your comics on DeviantArt? I would like you doing that. That'll be fine with me, man. If you want to do that, that's perfectly fine. Like, I just wish that my quality level for the pages were better. That's my only problem here. I want to do my own readings of my own stuff, but I wanted to first, like, ink them up, but that's taking a lot longer than I expected it to. So, yeah, if you want to read stuff, just send me the first video you ever made so I can, like, do something about that. I don't really care about anything that anyone wants to do. If someone wants to like draw my characters, someone want to do things with my characters, someone want to do anything with that, anything involved in my story, go at it. I'm not gonna charge you for any royalties or anything like that. Nothing along that lines. No, you can do whatever you want with my characters as long as you like tell me what you did, and so I can see it myself because I enjoy watching them. So yeah, do whatever you need to. Random 72 if you're still here. Favorite holiday. Favorite holiday has to be Christmas, I guess. I have to think about that because it's like, for no other holidays I really spend that much time with my family besides Thanksgiving and Christmas. But I think Christmas is better because after that all of our birthdays happened, so we get to reminisce on all the year, all that year that we got done. While Thanksgiving, we still have birthdays coming up. Like my birthday's not until December, so Thanksgiving would have already passed that point, and I'd rather be 1 year older when I meet my family again at this point. I kind of like things you did with Raven and Beast. Some of the things I did with Raven and Beast Boy. Actually, Raven is the only thing I enjoy about the show. Raven actually was one of the turning points where maybe hate the show. The fact that Raven is so randomly done nowadays. Whenever I see her doing something stupid or goofy, I cannot find it funny because it's not Raven. If she did it in the old show, it was a given like a good comedy relief moment because throughout the rest of the show, she's this gothic teen that hates pretty much everything. But when you have that one moment of like hilarity to her, you enjoy it more. Like the moment where like the one episode where she stays secluded in her room all day, and then Beast Boy and Cyborg are like, "Hey, you want to play stank ball?" And then she just no. And then at the end of the episode, instead of rejecting the stank ball, she instead infuses it with her energy, gets this cool smirk on her face, just like, that's funny, that's hilarious, because that's Raven, that's her personality, and I like that. In the show, it's like it's like she's a stupid teen that doesn't know how love works, and it's just so like, I can't say that I like it. I can't really say that I like what they're doing with her character. When it comes to like that, they had an entire episode based around her legs. Her legs. Not only is that somewhat of a sexual like thing to just focus on, it's so random. It's like, yes, she doesn't usually show her legs because she has her cloak, but it doesn't mean you gotta just make it an entire episode. I did like the joke where they thought that that if you put on the coat, the cowl, you apparently just turn gothic, and so you had like Cyborg kind of just like remove his legs and start floating everywhere. I did kind of get a chuckle out of that, but it's just like, eh. But yeah, the Raven design is definitely cool. Hey, I would love to do that. It depends. Like, what story are you doing? You're doing my original story, my Persona story, my Moemon story, or my side stories or the side story that I'm doing right now. Because when it comes to the side story of the Swans of Satan, that is like the first in the timeline right now, and I actually am doing stuff with it. So if you want to start the story, it's fine. I love the episode of the original where Cyborg and Beast Boy got trapped inside Raven's mind. Not only that episode really highlighted Raven's character as a whole, about how she bottles up her emotions and all of her emotions can actually have a mindset of their own. It also showed how powerful Raven can actually be when she's fully in control with all of her emotions and fully can let out her power and turning into a White Raven and just taking out that Trigorn in her head. Yes, that's the show that I like. Because it had a great idea, and it was handled greatly. They did something like that in the Teen Titans Go. Hated it, but hey. Wonderful Mysterious. Teen Titans Go Raven. A try-hard goth that tries to be a goth, but sucks at being a goth. That's good. That's good. Because I do remember in certain episodes, they apparently use Raven for these weird moments of like motivational thing. Like, it was an episode where they had, like, I think it was a Make-A-Wish Foundation kid, and he wanted to be in, like, a Teen Titans Go thing, and they put, Teen Titans, he wanted to be in Teen Titans, and they put him in Teen Titans Go. And instead of using him respectfully, they instead use him as a way of saying that he accepts us as Teen Titan Go versions of ourselves than the original versions of ourselves. So it's just like, it was like, it was weird how they wanted to use this kid as like a shield to show that we're not going to change because you tell us to, and even though it would be probably a better idea to do that. Because if you're noticing it and you're acknowledging it to make fun of it, then clearly there's a huge fan base saying that to do it, and they would go on it if you did it. Wouldn't that be a thing? I haven't been. That's why I don't make videos complaining about the series, because I know other people. I know there's already much bigger voices out there than me. What was your favorite episode of the original? Every episode that involved the Trigon thing, Trigon coming back to life, and Raven having to cope with the fact that her being basically a door key to summon Trigon again. That entire thing, the entire arc, was phenomenal. Well executed. The feels were definitely there, and it really delved into Raven's character a lot more, because Raven was my favorite character in that show. Like, legitimately my favorite character. So yeah. I wouldn't call OG Raven a goth. Her traditions are just different, and people see it as awkward. The whole thing about calling Raven a goth isn't saying that on our human standards she is a goth. It's more of just the standards that she radiates as a goth. Goths are mostly known to wear mostly dark colors. That's one thing. Be secluded to themselves and like the darkness. That's Raven. Rarely show off another side that doesn't involve them being dark and brooding. That's Raven. And hang out with other people that share the same feeling of things sucking. The episode where Starfire comes back, and then you got this random guy in the club being like, man, this party sucks. Want to go talk about it? And then she's like, she leaves with them and goes talk about it. We're not calling Raven a goth because she looks like a goth. We're calling her a goth because she shares a lot of goth-like traits. As for Teen Titans Go, Raven, her gothic tendencies of trying to be stoic fails every time she shows off her girly side and idiotic side like everyone else does in the show. So it's like, it doesn't even matter. It's like every character's the same, except they're somewhat more childish than the other. Ugh. Like, okay. Another good method to show about Raven and her side that she had was the episode where she switched bodies with Starfire. Starfire couldn't really use her magic and potential because you had to have that kind of like mindset to actually use that sort of those arts. So that's how you know that her traditions are different and stuff like that. That definitely something you go out. But you also can do on Raven, who isn't a naturally happy person, and the only way she could fly in Starfire's body is by imagining her not talking. Imagining Starfire not talking. So if you really think about it, like, again, it just shows that her personality, it's not just tied to her traditions, it's more just tied to her overall character. She could be a better character. Like, her interactions with Beast Boy shows that she can break off her traditions and just be her own her girl character. OG Trigon, a true demon lord. Teen Titans Go Trigon, a friendly demon dad that's comic effect dude. Yeah. Basically, I don't remember watching the full episode, but I did see how Trigon was just not intimidating at all. Granted, nothing in that style of animation is intimidating, but you got a demon lord, a literal demon lord, one of like the quintessential bad guys in DC. Big dude, be this. That's, yeah. OG Starfire, bright and cheerful. Can I go find an obnoxious teenager that fails to understand anything about Earth? Yeah, you can't beat the theme song of the original. That's why I hate the song that they did. Puffy Ami and Yumi need better. Puffy Ami and Yumi do not deserve that. What they did to their songs. It's like, ooh, it's really bad. I wonder if they'll ever show Slade. I thought they would have already shown him at this point. They didn't? That's weird. A capable leader that would make Batman proud. Do I need to explain? No, you do not need to explain. If that having to learn how to drive episode is anything to go off on, he's just an idiot. He is just an idiot. Like, I like how they took every character, broke him down to the lowest common denominator, and then expected that character to be not annoying in any way. It's like, Robin, great leader, idiot. Starfire, an alien trying to learn the customs of Earth, and throughout the episodes you start to see her actually understanding more of the intricate nuances of how to live out life. 2 times go, idiot. Raven, very stoic in her demeanor, but very also capable, and it protects her friends when she needs to, and is also very just like a fully three-dimensional character. 2 times go, idiot. Beast Boy, idiot, with a heart of gold, but also can be capable of also standing up for himself and being a better character. 2 times go, idiot. Cyborg, an actually scarred individual. If the stone episode where he's stone, when he goes to the hive and he becomes stone, that those episodes getting more into his character and how he really wants to be human again really made me like appreciate Cyborg way more with those episodes. Just go, idiot. So it's like you see my stance. When you make all your characters idiots and not a single one is actually like a middleman, except for like some side characters that come along in that. Oh man, I don't know, man. I cannot defend Teen Titans Go in any other sense besides the old series. That's it. Hey, did the girls who wrote the Teen Titans theme song the same people who wrote the Pop Girls outro song? Yes. Puffy Amiyumi were really prominent. So prominent on the Cartoon Network base. They got their own show, the Hi Puffy Amiyumi show, and that was actually pretty good show. It was like a guilty pleasure. I didn't really feel like enjoy it. Like I would love to see all the episodes again, but when it was on, I definitely couldn't just like flip off because it had an interesting art style. The two girls interacting with things in the world and with each other were interesting. It's like, have you ever heard of anything panty and stocking plus garter belt? If you haven't seen that, here's the analogy. Hi Puffy Amiyumi the show is the kids version of Panty and Stocking, and Panty and Stocking is the adult version of Hi Puffy Amiyumi. I realized that after watching both series, and that's funny to me. But yeah. Yeah, the Werebeast episode was one of my quintessential favorite episodes because, like, you got to see Raven really interact with Beast Boy on a more emotional level than, because if anything, Raven has been connecting with both Robin and Beast Boy on their emotional level to allow her to let her guard down around them a lot more, and I love that, and which is why the ship between the two was so adorable, because it was like they really had a little bit of a connection with each other and respected each other's like differences and built upon that. It's great. And just I will never forget the one moment, like you know how you ever have like those great moments in your head that you just can't forget because it will stick with you because you took something out of it. It's just Beast Boy saying, I guess you could call me Beast Man now. It's like, don't push it. Love it. And after you see like okay, it's like Beast Boy, he's going into this Werebeast state. And it's like you were holding her in your mouth. It's just like you were really being a savage. And then you see he was doing it to protect her. Adorables. It's weird. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, were you expecting the movie tonight? Just all the things. I'm expecting it to be good. How about that? I'm expecting, instead of saying I'm expecting everything about it, I want to see more things expanded. I want to see more things harped upon. I just want to see it be good. That's it. And I'll talk about it when I'm done watching it. Definitely. You do Derpy so much. By the way, this is Why? Oh, wow. Why do you like Derpy so much? By the way, this is not a hate comment on Derpy. I wouldn't expect it to be. But I like Derpy because she's Derpy. But if you really want like a full in-depth reason why I like Derpy so much, it's because Derpy was basically represents a lot of things about me as a character, as a person in life. Like right now, I can't really go into full detail about it, but Derpy in and of herself, she was never meant to exist, but she does, and thanks to the fan base, she stayed existing, and the people basically saying she was a mistake, but thanks to people loving her and showing her compassion and wanting her to be around, she stuck around, and she was able to stick around because people wanted her to be around. That one mistake led up to having a character that is well known and well loved throughout the fan base. So much, in fact, that she was able to actually have her own speaking role and an entire episode dedicated to all the things that the fan base has hyped up at this point, and I love that. Another thing about Derpy is that she's just freaking adorable. All right, that's just like I'm a sucker for adorable characters, and it's just everything about her. Just like the fact that her background in this is just supposed to be just for cute low moments, and it's great. But the moment that I already told you really holds a lot to me with her. So it's like it's a little personal thing. Bliss will never replace Bunny. Never. No. Bunny was handled way better than Bliss. And Bunny exploded. I mean, Bliss, how they handled her was weird. It's like not to mention they rewrote the entire continuity of Powerpuff Girls. The rest of Utonium was in like a competition with this other professor chick in Tokyo. And that's why he wanted to make a superpowered girl. Last time I checked, I thought he wanted to make a superpowered girl because he wanted to make things better for humanity in City of Townsville, since it was overrun with bad guys. And then he made a mistake of adding A through X to every single thing. Does that also mean that there's other pop-up girls, or were the failed experiments? You gotta explain this to me, guys. This is why I hate the new series. I didn't think I needed to hate the new series. They just do things for random sake. They don't actually put actual thought and effort in put into it, or even think about the old people, the old fan base at all. Oh. Yeah, the movie where yeah, that was great. I love it. The movie was great too. Oh yeah, by the way, Teen Titans Go is getting a movie. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that just a thing that you thought you needed in life and you got it? Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy? Aren't you happy that Teen Titans Go, the quintessential best show of our generation, is getting a movie? Oh. Oh God. Voice thing sounds pretty good. Movie TV show. Discord server. No, I do not have a Discord server. I have a Discord, but I do not have my own server. I'm part of other people's servers, but I don't think I can handle my own server, mostly because I can't deal with me having the responsibility of always trying to check my Discord for people who have questions and stuff. I would rather just do the whole streaming thing, because I feel bad if I leave you waiting for too long. You just had better than Poof, Sparky, Cleo, because they're Fairly Odd Parents. Really though? Have they? Because here's the thing about I'm not disagreeing with you entirely. I have to actually say, yeah, at least Bliss had like her own character went into it and she was implemented. But Poof, Sparky, and Chloe, at least they all lasted more than one special. 4 to 3 episodes for Powerpuff Girls, and then she just F's off with Saturn somewhere. Okay, are we gonna see her again? Is she coming back soon? Is she coming back way later? What's up? As for Poof and Sparky and Chloe, definitely, yeah, you can definitely hit them hard. Poof was handled okayly until like the later seasons where they didn't know what the heck to do with them. So yeah, I will agree on that. But Bliss, if I had to say, the only thing I like about Bliss is her voice, and it's because it's Marceline's voice. That's pretty much it. Sadly. When is Bliss reaction coming out? I do not know. Like, I'm having a lot of issues with my current software of Sony Vegas. Apparently, it wants to be a douche and desync things. Like, think about this. I sync it up correctly with the time I push the button, but for some reason, when I render it, it apparently goes off. It apparently comes on way later. I've had this problem with my recent Rick and Morty episode that's currently out right now, and I don't know what's up. I think it has something to do with some of the settings that I may or may not have changed accidentally. So I'm gonna see if resetting it will help, but we'll get something about that. Have you ever heard of Don't Forget or Mystery Tales? Online Undertale, where you can role play and PvP people? No, I have not, but I've never been much of a role play and PvP guy. What if the Go movie was really just good? Really good out of nowhere. It would make sense for it to be good out of nowhere because they'll have to put more than just idiotic random jokes all over the place and actually give an actual plot to it, which means they'll have to structure it in a way that might actually make the characters grow and develop in on themselves due to the fact that it's a movie narrative and not their stupid show narrative. But it's also highly possible that it's just going to be a movie with nothing but idiotic BS and nothing about that would actually be good. So definitely the 1% chance that it's actually really good because of that format is there, but it's really short. It's really hard for me to gauge whether or not it's going to be good. I need to see the trailer, I guess. I'm going to blind react to the trailer. I'm definitely going to do that. Movie, where's my bleach? Got a rifle. Find him, man. It's coming soon. Yeah. But Sparky and Chloe are still really annoying. Bliss never really did anything bad or irritating. True. I will agree with that. Yeah, again, I fully agree. Chloe and Sparky definitely need to exist, really. I would rather have no Sparky and have Chloe be replaced with Tootie. At least Tootie had her own character already, and she had a better reason to actually have to share fairies with Timmy than any other character in the show. And Bliss, when I got to see her, she definitely didn't do anything annoying. Like, the only thing that's annoying, but this is on a purely fan nitpick kind of way, is her existence. Because it seems like they just made her for the sake of diversity. Because why is she black? Besides just her being black, why is she black? Is it just for cultural diversity? Because I appreciate it, sure. I'm a black guy. Of course I appreciate other black people getting more prominent in the show industry. As long as you do it with a purpose. Don't do it because she's black. That just makes it worse, in my opinion. If you do it, okay, she's black, cool. Why? Why though? It's like, apparently W has more of a black gene than the white gene. Than Kevin Wax. Okay, whatever. We're not about that, okay? It's just I need a better clarity of why she exists and a better grasp of her character than just her just being here. Okay? Especially since the dumb reason of why she exists is because apparently Professor Utonium messed up exactly all the times in the alphabet to mess up with the... Oh my god. Professor is even made to be an idiot. He's supposed to be a smart dude. Who's your favorite Adventure Time character? Mine is Ice King. I like Jake. Jake's been my favorite. He's always be able to get a laugh out of me. There are certain moments where he gets kind of annoying, like the episode where he needs to save Finn, but he can constantly get distracted by random things, and it kind of ticks me off. But it was so good. So good. I like Jake. But if I had to go on like favorite character, Marceline has always been like a joy. Anytime she shows up, it's like a favorite time for me. So yeah. I mean, Mr. Me says, look at me. Seriously, Jelly Bean King part. That yeah. It was really something for me. It was my first episode ever watching Rick and Morty, which is why I put like regular reaction of it to show you guys it wasn't blind. I remember things that happened. But like after I guess that's one of the reasons why I didn't really get into Rick and Morty, because I just thought it was one of those shows that just really was messed up and really had nothing else left to it than just try to weird you out with certain things. And I'm really happy I was wrong after getting done with the first season. OBS better for me? Yeah, the only problem with OBS is that every video that I open up with OBS always pertains to it starting off with this weird green glitchy thing. Granted, it's not annoying at all since it only happens once and it's at the very beginning, but it makes syncing up things very hard because wherever I put it in my Sony Vegas, it's just nothing but green. Alright? It's very frightening to have to work with nothing but a green, glitchy like screen. But when you render it out, nothing's there except that one glitch area, and then everything else is perfectly fine and crisp like what you're seeing now. But OBS definitely helps a lot because when it comes to my old software with Screen Recorder, it always either changed up my mic, so it was either gonna use the mic that's on the camera, or the mic that's on my computer, sometimes all three, and make the audio just so jacked up. But with OBS, it only defaults to the mic. It only defaults to the mic. And it's easy just to press the button and it's instantly going. And it's instantly to push the button to stop. So for OBS, it's a lot easier just to get my episode I'm going to react to down, sit down, press the button, and go. As for the other things, it's a lot more hoops to jump. Also, the Until Online will eventually get a storyline part alongside the inline stuff. That's cool. How long will the stream go for? Usually, since I'm at the bottom of the chat, it means it's gonna end off soon. So it's probably gonna be around the 2-hour mark. Did you see the 25th anniversary bumper for Cartoon Network? Yeah. If we're talking about like the dance thing they all did, like involving all the shows they had. Well, a good majority of some shows that they've been using via, like, there was no regular show for some reason. I'm kind of ticked off about that. But yeah, they had Adventure Time, they had Amazing World of Gumball, they had all these sorts of things, and I only have 2 problems, and shockingly, those 2 problems involved 2 shows that I do not like in Cartoon Network at this point, and that is the Ben 10 turning into forearms and dabbing for no other reasons than to do it. Because he literally just turns to forearms, looks both ways, and then dabs. I hate dabbing with a burning passion because I don't get it at all. I hate what I don't get. And the Robin doing the Dre dance. What is that? Why is that a joke? And why is that a thing that people do? The best part of that entire thing was the Crystal Gems doing their dance. I find that really way better than any other part in that entire thing. And yeah, of course, Gumball. I love it. Love Gumball. Gumball was great. The little dance that the rabbit guy, what's his name? I forgot his name. I forgot the rabbit dad name. Yeah, he was good. Pretty much just those 2 moments. Everything else was pretty okay. I liked all the movements and the fluidity, and the animation was great. But just those 2 little pet peeves of that dabbing and the Dre thing. You didn't have to go to pop culture. You didn't have to do that. I'm happy they didn't. I swear, if they made the Crystal Gems dab, I would have killed myself. I would just... They don't even know anything about that type of thing. They would never even consider doing something like that. Oh, Jesus, no. Hang out. Yeah. I would love to hang out with those 2. They seem pretty neat. Yeah, random 7272. I'd love to hang out with those 2. They seem pretty interesting. Hopefully. There you go. Next question. Reach the bottom. Oh, we're at the bottom, man. It's impossible for it to go out at this point. It's really impossible unless you say something that really makes you hark on something for over 10 minutes. I don't think that's gonna happen. Are you going to react to Undertale the musical, Pacifist and Genocide, and you finish Genocide part? Probably. It might be something interesting to watch. Forearms doing a dab was hilariously bad for me for some reason. It was more cringy for me because why? If you have to have me ask why, I'm probably not gonna like it. CM Bumper, I liked KO, Mr. Gar, and Rad, my favorite. I would recommend OKKL. Let's be here. Actually, shockingly enough, if you were to look at my screen right now, you could see at the bottom of my download list of OKKO episode 0, 1, 2, 3 at my bottom screen. I'm going to react to those. It seems like an interesting series, and plus it's on my reaction to-do list here. So yeah, that's definitely something I was going to get into regardless, because it does seem like an interesting show as well. And that reminds me of My Hero Academia. Definitely will get good for me. Go or Shizao. I don't know what Shizao is. So you gotta explain what Shizao is. What is that? How do you feel about when a fandom goes too far and too far for you? What's too far for me is when you start to horribly bash a person because they made fan art of a character that was supposed to be apparently fat or something. It's the whole deal with the girl making fan art with Rose, and then people getting on her because she apparently didn't make Rose fat enough. I don't know the entire dealio about it, but I heard about that. Then Rebecca Sugar herself came in to defend her, and then they started getting on they started getting on the creator of the show because she was defending her. Are you joking? That's definitely obviously drawing the line somewhere, but never judge or bash someone for making fan art of anything. Someone can make fan art of Judo with this huge fucking... I'm sorry, man. Thinking about that just turned off my child safety lock. Like, if someone made any of my characters in ways that I do not find like appropriate, I wouldn't care. Oh my god, just having to bring that back up ticks me off. Oh my god, that's so stupid. Okay. But yeah, fan bases can get crazy, especially when they start to go at the person that fed them. Alright? Think about that. Okay, KO is doing okay so far. I'm happy that you spelled okay in the traditional sense, in the actual sense, because I would think you'd be making a joke otherwise. Yeah. Yeah, I love it so much. It's not so serious, but hey, it needs to be super deep and you could cry all the time. So really interesting. I agree with that. Teen Titans Go is definitely on that same ladder of it not being super serious at all. But there's a line to it. You gotta have at least some sort of, like, it's kind of like the same thing what happened with No Man's Sky. It's great for exploration, but if you don't actually have any substance to it to keep a guy staying there, you're gonna be bored of it or you're gonna hate it. Same thing with Teen Titans Go. There's absolutely no seriousness put into it. What if someone drew hentai of Karada? I would love to see it, because I want to see what you would do with that. I'm a guy, first of all. I'm 20 years old. I'm not afraid to express the fact that, like, such things such as hentai and other things like that is out in the world, and I need to be embarrassed about it. I'm not embarrassed about it. But if you want to do something with Karada, do it. I mean, just don't be with Hiroshi. Then I might get ticked off. But again, I don't really care. Like Aaron once said this on Twitter. I would love people drawing hentai of my characters. I'm with Aaron on that. If you are passionate enough to take my character and make hentai on it, I am just too proud of you to be angry. Alright? Because you care that much. Alright. But yeah, again. And CMU's fandom is dangerous. Every fandom is dangerous. That's what you need to say. Every fandom is dangerous. The Homestuck fandom is dangerous. The MLP fandom is dangerous. The Steven Universe fandom is dangerous. YouTube creator fandoms are dangerous. Every single fandom is dangerous. All you need to do is say the one wrong thing they know they don't want you to say or do. Any fandom can be dangerous. It doesn't matter what it is. Even if it's like the happiest thing in the universe, and all it's trying to do is teach you how to be nice to one another. It's still a dangerous fandom. Okay? Alright? Just understand that. Like 3 hours for me. Movie faster time. Yeah, move faster time. Yeah, hey, at least I'm passing time with you. At least mine doesn't start until 10. The internet is dangerous. Good. That's a nice way to broaden the horizons. Yes, that is definitely it. I don't know if you guys saw my reaction to Gilded Guy versus Bog, but the music put into that fight actually was just a song about how we can we live a real life. Do we even know what that means? Living a real life. Do we know the difference between this and the digital sea? Meaning that the internet in of itself is playing our life, but it is our life now. So we gotta have to deal with it. It's weird. I've with the safety lock too. Once LA Final Fridays. Yeah, my safety lock just broke when I played the genocide run of Undertale, so I know how it feels. Can you react to CMC's Vacational Death Cruise? I don't think by that name I want to watch it. It's a comic, but if you can find it on YouTube, I know in this already, like a few weeks ago. If anything, who knows? Probably, maybe might be able to watch that. Maybe. Let's see. Same. I don't get scared of porn or Cindiver subjects. I would love any type of headcanons or fan art people make of my characters, even if I don't agree with it. I won't confront you about it. Yeah, it's like that. This is life. People make non-suitable for work content all the time. Heck, even I got like 2 or 3 sketchbooks with not suitable for work content involving my characters into them. Why? Because I found it interesting to actually write them in a dynamic, and not to mention actually help it with anatomy. Shockingly enough, me drawing my characters naked helped me with anatomy. Whoa. So me doing that and actually having a purpose to it and actually putting it into like a hentai related story, to shonen kind of thing, actually helped me in develop bodies better. So yeah, nothing's wrong with it, especially if it helps you out in the long run if you're a drawer and that sort of thing. So like, yeah, nothing's wrong with that. If someone is gutsy enough to make hentai of any of my characters, I would willingly try to give them money for it. Because that's something I thought would never happen in my life. Like right now, as I'm talking to you guys, I never thought in my life I would actually start doing live streams and also be like a actually kind of popular reactor on YouTube. I never thought of that. And so saying things with my actual story that I want to get out in the world, like that sort of stuff would desensitize me a bit. It's like, I never thought this would happen. My life is coming to an end. So what was it? So what was that demon that killed Karada's family? Was that a random demon or something important? Talking about your broken family animatic. It wasn't Karada in that story. That was that's the Mistress of Wonder. If you need me to be spoilerific about it, the Mistress of Wonder had a life, and then that demon showed up and killed everyone's family. Karada was never a human. That's why you see Sabaru there. Sabaru and the Mistress of Wonder have a connection to each other, and that's about as far as I'm going to go with it for those of you who know the story. But no, the whole broken family thing. The demon, I can't really go too far into what the demon is, because that's also spoilerific. So just know that it was a demon that came out of nowhere and ruined her life. That's about it. It's just a random demon. Not going to tell you what circle it's from. Not going to tell you, like, its full-on connections to why it wanted to torment, the little Mistress of Wonder. Can't really say her name because her name isn't even a spoiler. It's funny. So yeah. How do you feel about the news or other things that have influence at basing something new just because bashing? I'm gonna guess that's bashing something new just because they don't understand it. I definitely have to say that everything involving the news, internet, and everything else involving like widespread media will have an effect on that. We're living in an age right now where anything can be bashed because of something stupid. Like, really? I remember where people started to bash Mario Odyssey because he had his shirt off. Are you kidding? Are you kidding? Are you kidding? But whatever. I'm just trying to deal with this life right now. I know I'm not one of those people who gets overly overly butthurt because of stupid things, but I'm just happy I'm not one of them. I really want to get inside another person's head to see how they think that complaining about this thing that doesn't matter at all, or doesn't actually show what they think it shows for a living, and to see how they think, because that's weird. Like, say one wrong thing about Derpy and all hell will break loose. Love you, sweet little muffin. Yeah, if you say something wrong about Derpy, I will understand your point of it as long as you actually explain your reasoning for it. I guess the only thing I'm actually going to get ticked off about is if someone's trying to criticize something and all they say is, it's stupid. And don't actually go into depths as to why it's stupid. Like, people bashing Sonic Forces, even though there's a lot of good things about Sonic Forces due to the trailers right now, then all things bad about it. Anything involving anything, as long as you put actual constructive criticism into it, I can understand. But if you just say one thing and doesn't really actually hark on anything, of course I'm gonna get mad, because you're hating something for a dumb reason, such as it's stupid. Explain. I don't like Teen Titans Go, and I don't like the new Powerpuff Girls reboot, and I don't like the new Ben 10 reboot for many assortments of reasons that I can get into if you want to hear about them. I'm not here to say, since all three of them are stupid, I'm not gonna watch them. That's stupid. What I'm seeing so far is some stuff for Undertale. I think it's mostly because you feel so close to the characters. Yeah, I do see that. I will not lie and say that I've seen an assortment of weird things that the fan base has made with Undertale, but yeah, I will agree. It's weird how they make these characters. Is there a page 1 somewhere, or is just a bunch of comics? There's a page 1. Fair warning. It's over like 100,000, no, 100,000, over 1,000 pages, and almost 2,000 pages if I'm correct, of just stuff right now. It's just, it's very hard to get in my story at this point because it has the One Piece effect. It's so long and intimidating. It's very hard for someone to get into it, and I understand that completely. If I were you, I would start with the current thing that I'm doing with my something that involves like what my current thing, my Spawns of Satan, since it starts so early in the timeline, you can watch it and get a feel for all the characters and at least the main character before you get into the prologue, which is the start of it. And if you like that and what I'm doing, I'm going to be uploading at least a few pages every other day or something. Then yeah, you can start the story. But I can't just say, okay, you can start with the prologue that's on my DeviantArt right now. You can find the folder for it, like on the side. But yeah, it's long. You've written some poetry. I don't know it's supposed to. If you find it interesting and shows up a good message, do it. It's fine. Sonic 06 or Sonic Unleashed? Sonic Unleashed, because the day stages are great, and if you really think about it, the warehouse stages aren't actually that bad if you actually want to have fun with them. Sonic Unleashed, of course. What kind of question is this? Remember, you said that you were getting into games more about, and that you're planning on to play with some of your subscribers. So, are you plan on doing that? Yeah, if ever. That's just it. Like, I'm trying to learn how OBS actually works, because I'm afraid to start a stream where I'm playing Hive Swap, and then the music in Hive Swap is so loud you can't hear me, and I'm unable to change it. And then there's like this huge gap in the quality of the overall live stream, because I'm too busy trying to figure out how the heck I'm supposed to turn down some audio. So I'm actually planning on just playing Hive Swap on my own time and just uploading the episode, and that's it. Sonic Unleashed wasn't bad, and yeah, it's very good. It's a very good game. I don't know, like, it's kind of like the Sonic Adventure part of it. I hate the Big the Cat stages, along with the Amy stages, and even somewhat of the Knuckles stages of Sonic, of Sonic Adventure. But the Sonic portions on Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 are great. Same thing with Unleashed. The Sonic portions of Unleashed are awesome. So how can those games get a pass for being great games if Sonic Unleashed does the exact same thing? Would you like Passionate Gwen or the original Gwen? Passionate Gwen or the original Gwen? Original Gwen had a lot more character, and when that Gwen became passionate for certain things when it comes to Ben, it made it more justified. The Gwen that's currently in the rebooted series is so... it's like I don't see her acting that way. It's desensitized already. Yeah, her family has a lot of interesting AUs. Yeah. Friska versus Sans. Sans, because Friska... All depends on which Friska we're going with. If we're going with Friska before the whole revitalization of her in the story, Sans can beat her because she has so much karma and other sins crawling on her back. At this point, Sans has a lot better opportunity of beating her. Granted, Friska has like her luck state on her, and if she gets lucky enough, she can turn into her ancestral power, use her ancestral power, and just pretty much deck the halls with balls of Sans. But like right now, Sans has a bitter advantage because of all the karma system that she has behind her. For all the things she's done. Even though I love to see Friska win. Friska is my favorite character, period. I don't know about good messages. I usually write dark poetry. My mother, Poe. Hey, that's fine too. This doesn't. I was only saying that as an example. It doesn't have to have a message. Just poetry. Sans AUs, problem with the character, but he's been overdone. Tell me about it. Which is why I like Papyrus. He hasn't been overdone yet. He's just Papyrus. But that's just it. Like I'm more of the happy-go-lucky, hope-filled characters than the tragic backstory. Oh my God, I cannot ever have a loving day in my life kind of guys, because it gets me depressed, and I don't like being depressed. Sans makes me depressed. Papyrus doesn't. Same thing with Pinky. So yeah, I think Pinky and Papyrus would actually get along really well with one another. Not to mention that he smiles all the time, so he has an eternal permanent smile. New Dragon Ball Super Special Goku versus Jiren. Besides the fact that, I'm gonna say this again, besides the fact that it's just power porn, I'm just dealing with it. I don't like Dragon Ball Super. I'm willing to say that out loud without being afraid of people bashing me for it. I don't like Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super is starting, if not already in the area of GT territory of how unnecessary it is, because all it is just Goku and Vegeta getting more powerful than they need to be when they were already good where they were. Like, it ticks me off the longer it goes. Jiren is a character who is powerful. What's Jiren's background? What's Jiren's motivation? What's Jiren's personality outside of this dark brooding guy? Not dark brooding, just a very stoic individual who can punch somebody and he wins. What's the development? What is the overall definition besides, okay, they're gonna have two strong dudes punch each other a lot? So, yeah, okay. Right now, the whole Dragon Ball Z formula has grown soft on me, and I don't like it anymore because it's been around for too long. They're milking the series. Same thing, and don't get me wrong, I hate Boruto right now. I hate anything that has been going on for a little bit too longer than its lifespan needed to be. I wanted Dragon Ball Z to be this God-given anime that we were given, and now it ended, and it's known as one of the elder gods of good shonen nowadays, because a lot of series took after Dragon Ball Z, but now that it's back and doing its own thing, it's just like, when you have to constantly complain and argue the power scaling every episode, that's not Dragon Ball Z. At least done right. All right. You start seeing this once you saw Goten and Trunks fuse, and apparently they're just as strong as anyone else because they can go immediately to Super Saiyan 3. So it's like, yeah, that's when you started to see that the power scaling, who cares? Who cares? Just throw it out of the window. Don't matter. So yeah, right now I'm gonna watch it. I've been watching it, definitely, but I'm not enjoying it. P4 in a nutshell, Scooby-Doo meets Persona. Pretty much. Pretty much. Except a dog, you got a bear who makes horrible bear puns. Horrible bear puns. Maybe But Sans kind of deserved it. P5 in a nutshell. Hold up. Them boys. I like Undertale's AUs that are about Dramir's kids, including Frisk. Chara deserves all the love in the world. Why is it so hot in October? I live in Houston, Texas. Yeah, I like the heat way better than cold. So when the cold starts to come in, I'm gonna regret it. A cool thing I found you cheat to fight Sans a level 1, he still does karma. Really? That pretty much takes away the entirety of the entire character dynamic. If that's the case, then again, I go back to not liking Sans for not trying to take him out earlier. So since I know that's just a glitch and you can kind of like cheat the system, it's not actually what the character's supposed to be, so it's fine. So, but yeah, if his karma system worked, even if you had no levels of violence, just one level, level 1, then the whole karma system doesn't make any sense. You've done nothing wrong. So why do you have karma? P3 in a nutshell. P3 in a nutshell. Try hard emo kids who don't like each other but are willing to work together for a common cause. Yeah. You know, sup. I like Dragon Ball GT. Come at me. Yeah, GT has flaws that can be fixed. I agree. Tell you the truth, I will say GT at least had a little bit better like things to go at it than Super does. Super, at least give GT some credit. It tried its best to be more innovative. Try to like say, hey, we've been stuck on Earth and maybe Namek and other places for a while. Let's go out into the rest of the universe. See what other places we could go, other species we could meet, and stuff like that. That's an interesting concept. Another interesting concept would have been Super Saiyan 4 was an excellently designed new extra level of Super Saiyan, and how they achieved it actually was believable. And like in Super 17, interesting looking design. They had a lot of things going for it in GT. It just kind of, again, overstayed its welcome and did a lot of things wrong. But I can say, yeah, you can iron out some of those things if you just did it with a better like company and studio. Maybe even had Toriyama kind of like work with it a bit to say, okay, these are what these characters would do. But yeah, but Super, it's just power porn. It's just power porn. Hey, look, you see this word God? You see the word God? We're gonna put it in everything, and since it's God, it's quintessentially the most powerful thing you can get to until like the next to the next arc, maybe, where apparently Super Saiyan God and Super Saiyan Blue, which is basically Super Saiyan God, Super Saiyan, is trumped because of this new form that we're gonna call Super Saiyan God, Limit Breaker God, Super Saiyan God, God of God, God. It's a God, God. He's God himself. He's just a Christian God. That's what Goku's gonna be at the end of the series. Forget it. You can upscale your characters. You can make them more powerful later on and keep building up that power. But right now, Goku has gone to the sense that why have you run out of things to give him at this point? Why haven't you put someone else in the spotlight to get more power? Why? What? I hate main character wanking. How's that? Main character wank is one of my least favorite things in any show. And yes, even Naruto has done this. And Naruto is one of my favorite shonen animes. Naruto has done this. Main character wank. Giving them all the power and having everyone else pretty much having the sidelines, not getting any love or any devotion put into them to allow them to develop as characters as well. So that's why in my story, I've been showing you different characters. Right now, I'm in the Stanford arc. Stanford's not the main character, but at least he's getting screen time. You're seeing that what he can do. You got Kazuo. You got all these characters I'm introducing to you, and instead of just Judo. He's the main character, but I'm not going to wank him to the point where he's going to get all the power of all the things and be the only quintessential character to beat any villain whatsoever. So it's like, that's another thing I got to say about Dragon Ball Super. They've been wanking him a little too hard. Too hard. Too hard. Yeah, nah, Boruto thinks that Naruto generation is boring. But Boruto is an idiot. That's one of the main reasons I don't like Boruto. Boruto complains, bitches, and moans about not having his dad around because he's too busy taking care of an entire freaking village. While Naruto was gone through so much more shit. I'm sorry. Who's excited for Halloween? I am. I was so disappointed by Mettaton Neo. I understand why Toby did it the way he did. By the time you get to him, you'd be pretty OP. I just wish he put up some kind of a fight. Fan games for the win. Yeah, and that fan animation by my not good friend, but hey, he knows I exist. NCG Studios, I think. Yeah, those animations were great. Seeing Mettaton Neo handled how, you know, like that Turbo Boss is supposed to be is definitely good. I was really disappointed in my run on that. I was actually coded for karma to not affect it since you fight him in the genocide run. Again, I'm not saying that was a mistake in how it's supposed to work. It's how it's supposed to be made. I get it. I'm not complaining about anything. I always love the robot waifus. Heard about Cuphead? Yeah, I have Cuphead. It's great. What do you want me to talk about? It's a great game. Great boss rush / side-scrolling shoot 'em up. It's good. Good game. How do you feel about Cuphead or Bendy and Ink Machine? Great games. Indie developers are the way of the future at this point because third-party developers don't know what the hell they're doing. Knack 2? It's power porn. I'm standing by that. It's power porn. It's weird. It's weird. Yeah, you're a power porn. Alright, I love Naruto, but I will admit it's full of holes. Yeah, it's full of holes. See, you can love any show as long as you know the faults behind it. If you don't think that a show has a single fault in it, like the people constantly like bring up My Hero Academia as this god all be all of all things shown in anime, you becoming that person. You're becoming a fanboy and not a fan of a show. Fanboys don't look at any sort of like bad thing that's in the show that they like. I'm willing to admit that there are certain things in certain shows that I can say, yeah, that's something they could have harped on and maybe like changed a little bit. Because if you really think about it, My Hero Academia had the exact same beginning as Naruto, in a sense, if you really think about it. But I look past that because they use it in a different sense, in a different way. But I definitely still see that it reminded me a lot of Naruto, where Izuku is trying to learn how he is an outcast. Naruto is an outcast, and he learns an OP ability, multi-shadow clone jutsu, one for all. And then after that initial use of it, of destroying beating something he should not have beaten at this time, a giant friggin' robot, a Jonin level teacher or Chunin level teacher, and then he starts slowly progressing with his power and strength, and then maybe Midoriya will be able to use things like All Might and even be more powerful than All Might when he grows up bigger. Became a Christian god. It'd be hilarious. Alright, let's see here. I read storybooks instead of drawing, and I don't wank up my character so much. Each character gets a specific amount of screen time. Yeah, same here. Same here. When it comes to every character has a chance of dying. Like, in the beginning of my initial thoughts and roughs of the story, Kurata was still alive. But until, like, the story started to progress and other things led to another, and I started to realize what these characters would do in these scenarios to what they would do in the story, and it turned out Kurata would have to die because of that. And thanks to Icon, well, you know, Icon's just there. But I cannot say that like, my characters will be strong, but my main character will not be the god of the verse. Let's say that. The main character will not be the god of the verse. And who knows, I might just be saying that just so I could throw you off the trail of my true intentions of my character. And maybe I'm just saying this so you can put it in your minds that I'm probably joking, and maybe I am being completely serious on my first matter. I'm gonna let you be the decider of that. Jacksepticeye was in chapter 3 and Bendy. Yeah, everyone, I know that. That's like, yeah. It's like, I like how like 90% of the people that I saw the reactions to that actually didn't listen to the first time they heard the recording. They were just too busy trying to think, that's Jacksepticeye, isn't it? And then they had to redo the recording because they didn't actually listen to what he said. I love that. I find it hilarious. What's the reason for Santa didn't fight you and the other side? Because he's pretty much a nihilist. A nihilist. No matter anyway because of the resets. could you at least do like a thing where he actually, you know, did it once and see how that story played out, where he actually jumped the gun and said, you know, screw it, I'm gonna kill you? It's like, could that be a thing? Because again, that's why I don't like Sans. Sans is too complicated. Sans is in the complicated of being very straightforward. His complicatedness comes in the fact that he's a miserable dude because he understands and remembers all the timelines and stuff like that. And so he's a suffering character. I'm just not a suffering character kind of guy. Okay? I'm not a suffering character kind of guy. If you kill my brother, I'm killing you. That's where my drawing the line would be. You kill my brother, I'm killing you. And if the sense that you're telling me that the only reason why he didn't do it is because he knows the resets, then why even try? Just allow him to erase the world. At least you will die too, if you're really gonna give up. That's why I kind of like Sans, because he doesn't give up. He doesn't give up, even though he knows it's pointless. He still does it, and I like that. But he's not my favorite character. Do you understand? Affected. I would like a new Dragon Ball series without seeing the old characters we know. A brand new series with fresh characters. No Super Saiyan God Blue, Yellow, Green, or anything. No Gods of Destruction or Xeno. Yeah, I thought if we were going to have another series of Dragon Ball, we could at least, you know, have something different. Not have to still hark on Goku. You could probably have Goku show up like one time as like to establish that he's still around. But having him not show up at all is just it. It all really depends on who's writing a story. Because you could put something in that universe with new characters and it won't actually go anywhere. Because, you know, you have the people who want Goku and Vegeta back. You have the fan base who cares about those characters and doesn't care about how powerful they're getting at that point. Because it's power porn. It's power porn. Crap out of Shao Kahn Jutsu. Yeah, he spams the crap out of it, but think about it this way. The first time he used it, he summoned over 1,000. Now that he does it, he only summons like maybe 10, 5, or a finite number. And the only time you ever see him really summon a huge amount is on very important battles, and he's using the Nine Tails chakra to do it. So really think about it. Really think about it. When he uses Shao Kahn Jutsu, he doesn't do it because it's an overpowered ability, and he uses it in an overpowered way. In fact, when he does it, it pretty much fodderizes him. It's like you have 1v1 of Naruto and he gets decked, and then you summon a bunch of them and they still get just as fastly decked as the first Naruto. And when you put him by himself, he apparently does a lot better by himself. So it's like for Naruto, for him spamming the jutsu, it actually made him weaker. Yeah, so you looked up anything more on Bog or from the video Gilded Guy was made. He's probably one of my most interesting characters. Yes, I actually have. In fact, I'm trying to make my own stick figure character. I'm actually trying to make my own stick figure character. I would give you more information, but until I have more passion to make them, I'm not gonna say much. But yeah, but Bog was an interesting character. He's an acidic type. He can make his body, you know, like that. He's so far on his fan page. On the page, he hasn't lost a single battle. Yeah, I have been able to see certain battles that he lost, but I don't see how they won when Bog can do all this other crazy stuff. But Bog seems to be one of those characters that was just very hard to beat in general. So right now I have Jade from Camila, Bog from this one guy, and Gilded Guy as like my 3 quintessential favorite stick figure fighters. I also know this guy with roses, but yeah. I have my own character in my mind, but I don't think you guys want to hark on that. Just know I'm planning on trying to hopefully do something on that, and because I was inspired due to watching those, I want to do something like that. It did fight Flower before, yeah. If Camilo's animation is anything to go by, he decked Flower, just destroyed him easily, casually. Like, I love that. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, Sans again. He fights, but in context of the game and without context of headcanon, gotta just go with like what I know here. Because Flowey already said that he fought Sans, at least in a sense that, you know, it makes a hint to the fact that he ran into him once or twice and got his ish wrecked. So it's like, okay, yeah. Again, but we're just, like, for a character, kill my brother, I'm killing you. That's it. That's it. Kill my sister. I'm killing you. Kill anyone I love. I'm killing you. I'm not gonna wait. I can't wait. That's how my body will work. My body will instantly move to the person who I know killed that guy. Kill him. Because it stands if you're told, yeah, it's like, I hate how these conversations always go off of me and how I'm trying to do my stance on why Sans is not my favorite character. When you guys can just say, okay, Sans is not his favorite character. Let's get off the topic of Sans and Undertale, please. Okay, you all know my stance. You don't have to try to convince me that Sans did these things for this. I get it. He's an awesome character. I agree with you. He's an awesome character. He's not my favorite, though. God. Ugh. I don't know anything about MLP either, and you can ask just about anybody. I'm gonna try to answer. Wait, well, he's behind. Yeah, I understand. Everyone likes Sansy. Do you like Kale's character in DBS? Is it okay for you? Kale's fine. I find every character in the show fine. I don't think they're revolutionary or even somewhat different than what another character could have brought to the table, if you know what I mean. Kale is one of the first female Super Saiyans. Along with Caulifla, who's like, you know, Caulifla is the girl who turns to, because I get their names confused sometimes. Caulifla is the one that turns to Broly, right? I'm just gonna say it like that because that's what she does. She turns into Broly. I don't care what the people say. She's a female. She's Broly. She does all the things Broly did when she came Broly, and she still hates Goku. So it's like, okay, whatever. So for Caulifla and Kale, they're good characters. But I know other stories that wrote way better female fighting characters than those two, or even on par with the same characters. I'm not gonna say myself on the matter because not many people have read my story, so I'm not gonna wank me off right there. So it's just go. It's that. Cal and Caulifla, they're fine. I just think, you know, they could have been executed if they had their own series. You know, not having that ride on the coattails of Goku, Vegeta, and all the other old series guys. Just like, if they were part of like the new series where you had brand new characters and you had them be part of it, I would like that. But they're not. I want to know more about them. But not in the sense that, you know, we gotta go back to Goku every now and then to fight Jiren. How do you feel about the kind of character that are super powerful but at the same time weak because they don't know how to control their powers, like Steven? Same thing with Midoriya. Midoriya has an overpowered quirk, except he can't use it correctly unless he's going to permanently damage his body. You can write characters like that. Hell, even Saitama, who is fully in control of his powers and fully knows that he's strong as hell, is a great character because he has a fatal flaw to him, and that being a guy who really wants to have another sense of thrill of battle. It may be the strongest hero, but it's not the best hero, and a lot of eternal struggles about himself, and actually thinking about maybe later down the line that he actually could go to side. If he even for a second wants to become evil, he could become evil and just rule the world. That's just it. So having those kind of dynamics and thinking about characters like that is what makes a good character. So like Steven right now, yeah, his powers can be considered overpowered in the sense of his own gem Sona, but you cannot see him taking on like Sugalite, or you can't see him taking on any of the fusions that the gems were if they ever happen to fight one another for some odd reason. So it's like, but Midoriya is like a perfect example of a character with an overpowered ability, but cannot use it at its full potential because he does not have the capacity to actually use it efficiently. It's great. Because Flowey mentions fighting Sans multiple times. Sans probably gave up somewhere around that point. Why would he give up? I'm gonna stop right there. Forget it. I'm not gonna talk about this anymore. I'm done. We're not trying to convince you to make Sans your favorite. It's kind of felt like you didn't like him. Why do people think I didn't like Sans? I already said like a billion times during my playthrough. I love the dude. He's my second favorite character. Papyrus just beats him. Why do people, just because I say one thing that just, oh my god, it kind of bothers me on that. Like, it bothers me on that. I love Sans. He's just not my number one. I don't want anyone to feel like I don't like him because of these things that I point out. I point out a lot of inconsistencies. You want me to point out some inconsistencies with Papyrus? He's too gullible. He is way too nice. He needs to learn when to know when to say, okay, I stop believing in you. Disbelief Sans does this. Yes, I would love it if Papyrus did that. If we killed his brother, what if we spared Papyrus and killed his brother, and then we see Papyrus at the end of it? I would love that. But I like hope-filled, driven characters. That's my opinion. But just because I don't like one aspect of Sans doesn't mean I hate him. Don't ever think that. There's not a single person in Undertale that I hate. Even Flowey has this place in my heart of being a great character because he's a good villain. He's a good villain. And you can convert him into Azrael, who was a good kid. Chara. People think I hate Chara. I don't hate Chara. It's just, that's the thing about Undertale and other fan bases. You really have to really go into painstakingly detail about characters when all you want to do is just say you like them. That's it. You don't really have to really write a 1,500-page essay about why you have to like them and absolutely no faults to the characters just to make sure no one thinks that you don't like the character. I don't get that. I don't. It's not a new perspective. I'm still at the exact same perspective of Sans since the beginning of all these things you've been telling me. Okay? I'm just saying what I would do if I was in Sans' shoes. If someone killed my brother, I would kill them. I don't blame Sans for not doing it. I'm just saying that's what I would do. I'm not bashing Sans. Sans isn't me. I'm not Sans. Oh, God. I'm sorry. This is really getting into me now. Fire my... Have got past Sans, but couldn't get past Asgore to get souls. I guess having shadow clones would be good to make people waste stamina. Yeah. If Boruto were fighting gods now, like why? They did say in the manga that apparently he's walking the path upon fighting gods. So who knows? Who knows? Oh, if you want to check out another cool stick figure looking up FL. Okay. Ah. Jeez. Another big jump. How powerful is Big Ma? Very powerful. Right now, current Luffy can't even take her out, and we're talking about a Luffy that can go Gear 4th and bitch slap Doflamingo across a city field, and you got freaking not Santi. You got Zoro being able to cut a mountain in half casually. So it's like, if you really think about it, Big Ma right now, her current level of state, she's strong. All right, her crying is already making earthquakes happen. Okay, let's go to Papyrus then. What do you mean let's go to Papyrus then? What are we talking about now? I hate being so far behind because I don't know what your current opinions on my little tangent there. Nothing about anything I would say was supposed to be upon anything other than just, okay, opinions happen. Let's not talk about it anymore. Oh man, these live streams, this is what it's gonna be. I'm almost at the 3-hour mark here. Seeing Flower and Azrael together is sort of weird. Yeah, it was kind of weird when I saw it in the Glitch Tale episode. Yeah, but I get it. It's an internal struggle thing. They're both the same guy, but they're different in terms of personality and how they view life and existence. So I like that dynamic a lot. I just want to take out the map to create my own Dragon Ball series the way it should. And actually, luckily, next week or so. That's cool. I would love to see a few pages if so. I do like some of the ideas they had when it comes to like being reincarnated as Yamcha. That was an interesting concept. Wish it would have handled a little bit better. But I liked how they wanted to be like, you know, Yamcha is this blight and just constantly bashed character in the entire show. And not only Dragon Ball Z, not only Dragon Ball Super, but also Dragon Ball Bridge really like to hark on the fact that Yamcha is pathetic. And now there's a comic, and there's a manga showing that what happened if, you know, if he was given a body and given like extra training and stuff. I like that. Sans in a nutshell, make sure you be good and don't kill my brother or else. Basically, everyone, just don't. Sans is Sans. Sans has his reasons. Sans is going through some lot of stuff. I feel for that. If I was in the scenario of constantly having it, it's like that new movie that's coming out, Happy Death Day. She's going. The chick in that movie is going out every day of her life, getting killed almost at the exact same time before the day is up, by the same person. It's a mentally destroying thing going throughout the same day over and over and over again, knowing that your fate afterwards is just going to be having to go all the way back again and then going through it again. I get it. I love that concept, which is why I also like the Doctor Strange ending. I'm not going to say it just in case people have not watched Doctor Strange, but let's say it harks on that a lot. So, yes, it's an interesting concept to go on. I just like Papyrus's personality more. God. See, that's just it. I already said in the beginning that cauliflower and kale, their names always jump between the two. They're so it's hard to give them their name because it's like a weird character thing. It's like, here's the thing, their character names are like, since they're all becoming like vegetable related, it's very hard to be like, they both could have had that same name and none of it would have mattered. Like with Kakarot, Vegeta, and all that stuff, Nappa, like sooner or later you're gonna get so many like veggie like names put into it, veggie pun names, and then you can just put them to anyone and they'll fit. Like that's my problem with cauliflower and kale. I can never really get their names correctly because I always think the one is the other. So if you're correcting me on that, you know what I mean. All right, you know what I mean. Just take it about that way. You know what I mean. I may have got their names mixed up, but you know what I mean when I say that. It's like, in your mind, you should have been like, okay, cauliflower obviously doesn't turn into Broly because that's Kale's thing, so he's probably talking about Kale. All right, just point out the fact that you got the names mixed up and that's it. Don't call me an idiot because I'm apparently getting 2 names wrong. I'm not saying you did that. Just throwing out for hindsight for anyone else in my life who's probably watching the stream either right now or when I post it out. Yes, I am, because apparently nothing in my life can ever stop me from stopping. Has more health. That's true. I continue to forget that Sans only has 1 attack, 1 defense, and 1 health. Ah! Jiren find a feel like Goku is gonna go and fight someone way more powerful than Jiren. Yeah, Jiren and on. I wish that wasn't the case. I wish, you know, one thing I like about Naruto is that you have situations where they fight very powerful beings, but you can still see them fight something not as powerful as the thing they fought and still feel justified in the matter of the fight. Because when you got Goku, a person that people wanked to the point where he can apparently blow up every single universe in Super Saiyan Blue that Xeno has created. That means he can blow up multi-universes, almost over 100 if he felt like it. And then he gets grazed by a bullet. Think about that. Think about that. A guy who can blow up universes gets grazed by a bullet. That ticks people off. And it ticks me off. Because Goku's faster than that. Goku's smarter than that. Battle-wise. Goku would not get grazed by a bullet for any reason. That's stupid. Alright? I don't care what anyone says. That's stupid. I don't care if you try to justify it with he was holding back. Goku holds back a lot. I get that. But getting grazed by a bullet is not worth it. Are you okay? I'm sorry. There's no reason to be sorry. I'm sorry that I didn't get my message across about me liking Sans as my second favorite character. Why would I hate someone who's my second favorite character? It's weird. I remember me saying this multiple times. It just gets kind of bothersome constantly being told about these characters that I obviously know about, and then apparently, like, I'm supposed to have a change of perspective on something that I already have. It's weird. It's weird. What do I need to tell you about Sans that will make everyone know that I find him to be a quintessential great character and it has nothing to do with anything of personal preference on my end of why I believe in my character spectrum he's not my number 1. What do I need to say? Dragon Ball Super. Dragon Ball Super. Buff guys beating the crap out of each other. DBS PowerPoint times 20. What was that? Did I hear you say I don't like Sans? Wow, I can't believe you don't like Sans. Whoa, you hate Sans. See, Starflame knows how to do it. See, just by reading that, I know you're just pulling my leg and not being serious or being facetious in any way. You were just really just playing a joke because you already know about all this stuff. You're just poking fun at it. Jokes like that in text form make sense, especially when you know the context of the matter. But like other text forms, it's very hard to really get jokes out when you're only in text. So a lot because it's ability. man, it's just now you're making me feel. See, here's the thing about going off on tangents that I seriously hate, because when I go off on tangents, sooner or later I'm gonna go too far, and then I'm gonna say or do something that I know I'm gonna regret, and I know in myself, if I was in my right state of mind, I would never do. And with that, you tell me you didn't know with your disability already makes me feel like an asshole because I did not take into consideration of your disability. Which, look at me, it's like Trezzy. Look at me laughing at a blind Carol. Look at me complaining about someone who clearly is not in the same like mind frame as an average person or something like that. It's like saying that out loud just ticks me off because I hate doing that. See, I have a disability. My disability is being a retard. So like my stance on this is like, I just wish everyone's opinion can just be stated as, okay, it's your opinion. Can we not talk about it for too long and just get on with the stuff that we know that we like? Okay? I hate life, all right? I hate life. I just hate it. But I live it because it's actually has its fun days. Has its fun days like this, right? God. Ship Frisk X Chara. I completely understand. I use the ship Frisk to miss Muffet. I miss everything up. What are you talking about? You didn't mess up anything. I'm just trying to get my point across, and that's why I ate the fact that I had to go on a tangent. In fact, tangents are like my favorite thing to go on because, well, apparently it gets my point across the best. That's one of the worst ways to get my point across. And I hate how I'm really far back because you're probably not getting this message now. Or above all things, you're already gone, and I now just have to end this stream because now I feel too bad. Great. I was scared doing live streams because I knew stuff like this was gonna happen. I guess I'm just gonna stick with regular videos because this isn't good. This is not good. I don't want to turn into those streamers that do horrible things to their fan base because since it's live, they can't edit out their mistakes or it shows out their true colors. Like my true colors is just me trying to be the best that I could be. But if that's misinterpreted the wrong way because I'm unable to really fully like show you guys how much I care about you because of great. See what happens when see what happens when the fan base clashes with their ideals on certain characters and stuff like that. This is a character. Sansa's great. I cannot say he's not great because that's lying to myself and that's lying to whatever Sansa stands on. But I will not say that he's my favorite character because that spits in the face of what I feel about Papyrus. However, people are constantly going to think that I just because I like Papyrus more, morally flawed character is and then I'm just gonna end the stream, and then we're just gonna pick things up later on. Because now I feel bad, and now I don't feel like answering any more questions. Now I just feel bad. Yeah, I'm just gonna end this. I'm sorry, guys. This is the UMB Universe. I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Am I back up? I'm on the same stream, right? Alright. I'm on the same stream? I'm on the same stream, right? This is not a new one? This is not a new one? Right? Okay. No, she wasn't. No one's playing a victim card. It's just a misunderstanding within text. This is why I hate the internet because it's not talking face to face with people. It's talking through my face through your text. I'm the only one to be able to show full on emotion here. All right. No one's playing a victim card. Do not say anything about playing victim cards. Everything just went wrong because I just went a little too heated on a subject matter that really does not matter. All right. I'm sorry. I did not mean to go that far. In fact, I'm playing a victim card. I'm the one saying that since I feel so bad, I'm going to stop doing something that I personally find enjoyable and you guys find enjoyable as well. So if anyone's playing a victim card, it was me. So take all negative connotations from anyone in the chat and put it over to me, and I am sorry. Man, this has gotten real. This has gotten real. All right. Hey, Camila. Happy you're here. How are you doing? Oh man, we just got through. Whoa. Oh jeez. Oh man. Oh, we just got through with a little heartening moment there. A little heartening moment. Oh, you're not real? Oh, that sucks. That's fine. You're still welcome. You're still welcome. You're still welcome. It's funny because Camila's boyfriend shows up, so it's highly possible for Camila to actually show up herself. So, what's happening? But again, I'm sorry. Again, also that's our deal. That's our deal. Everything's fine. And the but I gotta say, I do still need to end the stream though. I do need to end the stream. I just don't want to end it on a bad note because I do have some stuff I need to get done before the movie starts at 10. This stuff. I just anything. Hope let's move on from this. Yeah. I don't want to stop talking about Sans and Undertale. I just don't want it to go off in a sense that you don't know my views as much as I don't know your views. Okay. We don't have to drop an entire subject because of one bad time. I'm more understanding than that, and I hate the fact that I actually lost myself, and I will admit that I lost myself. So yeah, I still need to end this. I just don't want to end it on a bad note. You all are great, definitely. This has been a stream that. Man, this is going to go on in record books. All right? This is going to go on in record books. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Yeah, I'm seeing it with my friend. Shipping is magic. I'm seeing it with my friends at 10 o'clock at night. I can't just watch it now. I could blow them off and just go watch it because there's like a showing at 4. But I'm not going to do that to them. We kind of wanted this to be a thing. All right. See? Yeah, I'm not gonna be spoiled. The only thing that spoiled me is the stupid ads that show up on YouTube. That's it. They don't even show anything I don't already know. So whatever. So MLP movie. The MLP movie. So like, yeah, we're ending this off here. Okay. No bad stuff. Like one of my characters said, Paulina in the story. No bad stuff. Hate bad stuff. Stop bad stuff. All right. Okay. Dirk and Roxy are standing on Jake. Same page. I hate you. Come on, I thought you were gonna stop it with that at least once. I got a pun to end all puns, but I'm thankful enough not to do it. Okay, I'll see you guys later. All right, I'll see you guys later. All right. Jesus Christ. Oh, all right. Bye.